Alright, so I guess that's us live then. So, like, we've been talking about doing a podcast, and we're going to do one. So, hi, I'm David Gimbal Barrett, otherwise known as Gimbal B. I helped found One Stock Up, and I currently help run it. And I guess, Fade, do you want to go next?
Yeah, man. I'm Lee. I play Marth in Melee, the one true game. And I help run the OSU events, and I play Marth. That's all I can say, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Dylan?
I'm Dylan, my tag's Maskless, and I play Fox. That's it, really.
And you also help out at OSU as well.
A wee bit. I try.
Cool. And we have, finally, Meme Slayer over there.
Yeah, I'm Alex. I now play Captain Falcon in Melee, it's been decided.
Does it you? Do you?
Yeah.
Does you? Who is you?
Who is you? Yeah, lol MTK. And Lucario and PM, and I do literally nothing to help. I'm just here.
Oh, hey man, you help carry things. Like,
I don't even help carry things. like the first OSU we had in max XP, I'm pretty sure I turned up like on time on purpose just so I didn't have to help out.
Cool.
Very good at that.
That was it. Clear my name.
But yeah, we basically want to do this because we've been doing OSU events and we need to do recaps, and recaps are fun, and talking about how the events go and what the plans are for the future and all that. And yeah, so like I guess we'll just go through the topics because we have a big list to get through.
Yeah, quite a big list actually.
Yeah, so I guess like the first one is making an OSU Facebook group, which we actually have done. We just haven't like told anyone about it.
Yeah, we'll make sure to link that at the bottom of the description. And if you guys just want to join and fill up the group, we'll be posting like our weekly announcements there, like the results from our weeklies and like upcoming events. And it's going to be more of like a personal page for the Glasgow scene as opposed to Sm4sh Scotland as a whole.
Yeah, and like I think it's more going to be for like if people just want to be social with each other as opposed to Sm4sh Scotland, which I don't really know exactly what's going on with that because it's kind of social, but it's also like you can only talk about Smash in there.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, if you're
definitely a good
familiar,
idea, so
yeah, if you're familiar with Rush Down Edinburgh's page, it's more or less going to be the Glasgow brand of that.
Yeah.
it's good because we've been getting quite a lot of people at recent OSUs, like topping 30, 40. I mean, and it's only going to get bigger, so
40 plus every event this year.
exactly. So yeah, it's definitely a good idea.
And like there have been times where I've talked to people and we've been like, hey, we should go and do something else that isn't Smash. And like people have been up for that. Like we played Counter-Strike the other night and it went terribly, but it was fun. I think we're gonna get some Dota on the go at some point. But just
Buy
like
anything.
playing other games with each other and stuff, I think. And like I wanted to do when Age of Ultron comes out, I wanted to like get a whole bunch of us to go together, if anyone's interested in that.
And when we get our Nintendo sponsorship, we can have Splatoon. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, and I keep talking about Time Splitters as like an event, and it never happens. So like, if it happens, that'll be where it gets posted.
Yeah.
I'll be down for that. I'll definitely play Time Slayers.
I can
Me
barely
and
play
Johnny
Smash.
Linney are just gonna stomp everyone. Like it's not even gonna be good. Actually, just
Johnny's only good at Mario Kart.
Yo, Mario Kart tournaments as well. But yeah, like we should have
we
a
should.
group where we can post all this kind of thing.
Exactly. Just keep everyone in touch. Should we move on to the postmortem?
Yeah, let's go postmortem.
Okay. So we did a write-up after OSU, and we're going to continue to do this after events. Basically trying to break down what went right and what went wrong with the event. Something that I forgot to include in the postmortem is that we should have a stream setup like done immediately. Obviously there was issues because it was David's laptop and it was Craig's streaming equipment, so there were some driver issues and we had to reboot and get everything going. But we should definitely get the allocated stream area and the allocated commentators area set up like immediately, because that did actually hold us back quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, so to clarify on the laptop, I think it just needs a reformat. Like it's running a lot slower than it was when I got it, and like Windows just needs a fresh install, and like XSplit was just crashing constantly, which was a huge issue because like we have all this fancy stuff set up for XSplit, so we can do like the animated scoreboards and like the commentator thing coming in like that, and like all that cool stuff. But it's just XSplit wasn't working, and it looks kind of like not. It looks alright because like Faker just dragged the images into OBS so that we could have them for like when we were recording, but outside of that, like it was just like really basic, and I really wanted a fancier, proper commentary setup.
Yeah, so we'll get that tested in one of our weeklies, and like as far as streaming goes, it should all be a lot smoother next time.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing is the blue snowball mic that Fraser brought was really good.
Yeah, I'll bring my one next time as well, so we'll have two separate microphones.
You only need one.
Testers. You think so?
Yeah, one will work fine.
Okay, so if Fraser brings his, or if he can't bring his, I'll just bring it. That's fine. Other things that held us back, the crew battle started slightly late, but it didn't actually hold us back at all because we started on schedule. The transition
the
from
TVs were a bit of a
the
problem.
TVs definitely, like when's PAL PM, when's PAL 3.5?
Yeah, like.
Ever gonna happen?
Yeah. So
Do you think we should get like post-it notes and just mark every TV that can run, NTSC or something like that for now?
Yeah.
Until.
we should start labeling everything. Like I think what we should do is label everything. So every console, every TV, and have people write their name on like each Wii that gets used and each Wii U that gets used and every TV that gets used and like everything. Just so people, and like that goes for GameCube adapters as well, because there's going to come a point when we have a lot of those kicking around and people like won't know which one's theirs. And
that's an easy fix. I mean, you can buy like sticky post-it notes or whatever. You can buy them in bulk for really cheap. So that's probably something we should keep in mind.
That's actually a really good idea. I can't believe we haven't thought of that.
Yeah.
But I guess the main thing to talk about is the format change we're doing next OSU. So currently we've been running PM pills into Melee pills, Melee pills into PM pills into PM bracket into Melee bracket. And the logic behind that was that we could just get pills from Melee done with, swap over to PM, have it running for its full 4 hours that it's supposed to, and get straight back onto Melee. As Melee's the main event game, we want to get that done last, and we want the brackets thrown back to back so that we could run a featured stream, because there's not enough content at an OSU for an all-day stream. But we decided to revert to the all-day streaming format, where we'll be streaming most of the start of the Smash4 bracket, going into the PM bracket, going back to streaming Smash4 bracket, and then going back to streaming Melee bracket. So ideally, we'll be streaming, Smash4 finals into Melee finals, and PM will just be an interruption to the Smash4 bracket during the day. And I think more than anything, this benefits the players because you don't have to change from game to game, and it will save a lot of time, like changing setups over.
PM equals just a distraction, confirmed.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a problem in the last one because there was like mixed setups for pretty much the whole day.
Exactly.
I don't think it wasn't even a lack of setups or anything. It was just people were just putting other setups on and stuff like that. And
There was a brawl setup for some reason.
There was a Mario Party setup. There was a brawl setup.
The Mario Party setup was pretty dope though.
Yeah.
Like a 50-turn game. And
I'm fine with things like Mario Party setups and brawl setups, but that's when the bracket is deep and we don't need the TV.
Yeah. If we have spare TVs or if we don't.
Mario Party is actually fun.
I think the thing is with the setup we had with people, changing TVs 3 times in a day, people are just more inclined like, hey, I don't care that Melee's on, I'm going to stick with PM because I want to play PM at this event. Or, I'm out of both games, I'm just going to build up Mario Party for fun. Like, we'll be able to avoid those sort of problems and get things done quicker. So that people do want to chill out and play Brawl, they can do that. Like, there'll be more time for it.
I have to say, actually, though, you were saying there wasn't a lack of setups. There actually was a lack of setups as well. Like, a bunch of people couldn't get Project M working and stuff like that. And
yeah, PM was a problem.
And that comes down to A, TVs, and B, Wii's. And when's PAL? Like, I want PAL Project M.
Be patient, please.
Wait, it was meant to be out by January, end of January.
No, it was meant to be November. It was supposed to be out originally.
No, did they not say they were doing it with the first patch? They were bringing it out with the
They
first.
They said by the end of November we'd have PAL.
Really? I thought they said in
like,
January.
We're like almost 3 months overdue for Hawaii time. Like, it's a joke.
Oh, well, it's free. We can't complain. We'll get it when we get it.
So another major change-up that we're doing for OSU is we're going to be introducing an amateur bracket. If you're not familiar with an amateur bracket, it basically means players that get out of pools, they get their own separate bracket, which has the prize pool with the split. And players that don't make it out of pools, they get their own bracket to play in, which will help us for seeding the lower seeds, because our top 1 to 16 seeds are pretty set at this point. They do change from event to event. But the players below that, like, we're not really that familiar with them because they don't get into bracket. We don't get to sit and play against that many players. And on top of that, they don't get to play as many games as the people who are doing well, you know, the good people, the people that get into the bracket. Like, the event should be for everyone, and this is probably going to become a staple in, like, all tournaments that can run it coming forward. At least in the Netherlands, they've been running amateur bracket for the last 6 months. France has been running it for the last 4 months. It's just going to become, you know, more and more common.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing about pools as well was to address the issue of giving people more games. So I think anything that we can do to keep doing, like, improving that is good, because you do end up with those situations where there are just people sort of sitting around and not doing much, and just, like, playing friendlies on setups that we need to switch and things like that. So keeping people sort of busy doing something fun is, like, the ideal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a point worth noting. Some of the pools were 3-man pools, which are 2 games, and that's the same as regular O2 double elimination. So, like, it's kind of unfortunate by that.
Like, think about how off-putting that is. You go to a tournament and you're in a pool with one of, like, the top 3 seeds, and, like, it's your first tournament. You go, you play 2 guys, you lose 4 games, and you go home. Like, that's not a great tournament experience. Yeah. And, like, if we can fix that, we will. And we now, you know, we have the resources to fix that.
Yeah, because I think what will happen is the pools will just be a means so that we can sort the amateur and the, I guess you would say, the pro bracket apart. So rather than the pools being there to give people more games, which they will anyway, but they'll just be there to sort people into, like, a bracket where they'll have a better time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good idea.
But the one thing about the pools being 3-man was that's purely so that we have 8 pools at all times.
Yeah, I understand why. It's just unfortunate that it turns out like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we got 2 more people, those all would have been 4-man pools, and that would have been good. So, melee players need to turn up.
They'll turn up. They'll turn up. But increasing the number of players in pools was my initial idea, but the amateur bracket keeps me more than happy, because that makes sure everyone gets to play games. Everyone gets to play an equal amount of games, roughly, give or take.
Yeah, and even if you're not in, like, the top half of players, you still have a chance to be like, oh, I, like, came 3rd in the amateur bracket. Like, that's a real like, achievement that you can walk away with. As opposed to, like, oh, I got stomped in pools and that was me.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's getting hungry. Like, we're almost at a point where the top 16 players can take games off anyone. Like, you know, the 15th seed can take a game off the 5th seed. Like, we're kind of at that point now. Yeah. And, like, as time goes on, like, the skill gap is just going to close more and more. Like, everyone's catching up, especially Glasgow. Like, Glasgow's really catching up. And as that's where we host the tournaments, like, the amateur bracket in about 6 months' time is going to be really stiff competition. I think, like, whoever places first in the amateur bracket, like, you know, if they'd managed to make it out of pools, they probably could have placed top 8 in the pro bracket on that day.
The thing we need to think about, though, for amateur bracket is, will we have enough setups for 2 amateur brackets, or, you know, for PM and Melee during the day? You know, we need to consider all these.
Well, is it running the brackets that's really the time issue? Is it not more an issue with pools and stuff? I mean, if you get pools done quick enough.
The biggest issue right now is NTSC. Like, outside of that, we have enough setups to run, like, we have enough CRTs that we could easily run that. Like, that would be fine. Yeah.
We allocate 2 hours to pools, but realistically it takes an hour and 15 minutes. We just want to allocate extra time so that we stay on schedule. We should have 12 working setups next time. PM will have a little bit less, like 9, because of the NTSC restrictions. But at least for Melee, we'll have 6 setups for pro and 6 setups for amateur. And for PM, like, we'll just try and divide it as equally as possible. And if there's 1 TV extra, we'll just allocate that to the pro bracket.
Like, if it comes down to PM, though, like, it might be a reasonable thing to suggest that we just don't have an amateur bracket for PM, if it's that serious an issue with setups.
I mean, I'd be fine neglecting the PM amateur bracket until the release of Path 3.5. If we can do it, brilliant. But if we can't do it, then, like, there's no point making the tournament. Like, it's about having a quality tournament, not like, you don't want to just fill the tournament with like too much things to do. You want to get everything done on time, make sure everyone has a good experience, like quality over quantity with this sort of stuff.
To add to that, we should have 5 setups for Sm4sh next time.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're slowly increasing those as well.
Yeah.
Well, alright.
It's just a pain to acquire the TVs and acquire the space, but we're working on it. Because right now there's an issue where, I mean, Sm4sh isn't the most technical game of the series, but there definitely are technical characters, and you definitely need to warm up to play the game to your full potential.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we run the tournament right now, there's almost no warm up whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just straight into it.
Yeah. It's an issue we're working. You go.
Are those TVs lagless, by the way, the Sony ones? Because
they are, yeah.
Like, I've had almost no one complain about the Sony TVs.
I noticed that, and I just didn't realize Sony did lagless TV or close to lagless TVs. So I was just wondering. Yeah. On you go. Please.
Sure. Has anyone got anything else to say on the topic?
No.
I'm just looking at what we have next.
Yeah. I was going to go over results if we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sm4sh, no surprise, Jakobin first. Pidgey second. If I do recall, I think he took a game in winners.
Yeah, winners.
Let me double check this.
Yeah, it was 3-1 in winners. And
yeah, he took a game in winners. So, I mean, good effort from Brian there, but like Jack just showing that, the Brawl tech is carrying over and that he's still top of Scotland. No contest whatsoever. Mr. 9-Day Diddy Kong Time Muffin coming in at 3rd place. No surprise there, really.
Over those matches a bit, and like Fraser definitely, like I've been playing him over the last week as well, and like Fraser's definitely like getting good very quickly.
Just wondering, should we give people a little bit more introduction to these players, or should we just cater to our scene and assume everyone knows them?
I think people will know them.
Yeah, we'll just
sure.
Like Jakobin is so well known that like I put up videos of me versus him and they get over 100 views because like apparently he just has fans.
I've heard he's some sort of like tech inventor over on the Smashboards forums.
Yeah, apparently he's just a really good, like he's probably one of the best Toon Link players in the world.
Sure.
If not the best Toon Link player in the world.
One thing to note here is the top 3, you can see such a huge skill gap. Like, Jakobin almost 6-0'd Pidgey, 6-1.
Yeah.
And then in losers finals, Pidgey 3-0'd Time Muffin. And then Time Muffin almost went 2-0 through the whole bracket. So, like, it just shows there's such a huge gap just now in the top players.
If you actually watch the matches, they're a lot closer than you'd think.
Yeah.
Like, Pidgey versus Edinbulba, for example, like, I think in both of the matches, Edinbulba actually had a lead. And then lost it. So.
Yeah, he was talking about that he's struggling to find kills with Captain Falcon. He's going to work on that more. I believe that
Falcon is just kill moves.
Sure, but he's struggling to kill Yoshi through the super armor. Like every time he goes for a down throw, the Yoshi just double jumps and neutral airs. Like he double jumps, takes the up air or the knee, and then he just neutral airs. Like he was really struggling to land those kills. Like Yoshi was dying off the top at like 212%. After burning his double jump. Like, if he goes back to the lab and finds out ways to fish out those double jumps, fish out the air dodge, and just get the early kill, like, I really think he could take top 2 on a good day.
I feel like, I don't know, because I haven't played that matchup that much, but like Captain Falcon versus Yoshi, you'd think he would be going for kills off the top, like Raptor Boost or something.
Maybe Yoshi's a fairly susceptible character to edge guarding just because his recovery is so linear.
Yoshi's pretty heavy.
That's true as well.
I played a Yoshi in bracket, and when I won, the kills were from like X. Down air, up tilt.
So,
as well in that game.
3rd place Time Muffin, like, I'm personally not surprised because he's just a good Smash player in general. And there's not that many players on this list that I see as being like dedicated Smash only players. But it's no surprise to me that he took 3rd. No surprise.
He'll definitely puts the work in.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, hang on, if I go to, I'm going to go look at the bracket. There were some, like, big surprises, though. Like, was it X-rated?
He got 3rd at the last one, and I think he went out really early. Yeah, he lost in round 1 winners and round 2 losers, so...
Yeah, and we had the...
Really quick. Oh, no, sorry, round 3 losers.
We had the OSU January winner as well. Jordan, he didn't manage to place in top 8 this time.
Yeah.
It just shows like the players that are hungriest, like they're the ones getting the results.
There were new players as well that weren't seeded that were just tearing everything up. Like Loom is really good. Like I think he won a Geek Retreat tournament and came top 3 in another one, something like that. And he showed up to his first OSU and he came top 6.
Luma came 5th. We'll talk a bit more about him later.
Yeah,
he did
so
really well.
4th place, 8BA. I'm really not familiar with who this is. What
Was
character
he
they
Sonic
got.
player.
Was he not that Brawl Sonic player that used to show up?
Oh, is it
Previous.
Kin?
Yeah, yeah,
Kin,
Kin.
I think. Yeah, right, okay. I didn't know he played so well. Congrats to Kin.
He was pretty good from what I was watching. I was quite impressed. I don't watch much.
Because I just remember him as that guy that would play Sonic, like Brawl, back in like August last year or something.
Yeah, he came to one of our really old
back in
friendlies, and I remember that, speaking to him. Oh, wow.
Coming in at 5th, we have Edinbulba and Luma. Luma will get onto more layer, like he put in work in all the games. Brand new face as well. 7th place, Ibisu and JP. JP's first time getting top 8, so congrats to him.
Yeah, like JP is one of those players that is like good, like really quite good, but just hasn't placed. Like he's just like had a bad bracket or a bad matchup or something and just lost.
Yeah.
But he definitely can make top 8 like consistently. It's just like this is his first time. I reckon he'll do it again.
That's the issue with the skill. Sorry, you go, Alex.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I think a thing with the Scottish scene is that a lot of us don't really know how to deal with, Diddy in general. I mean,
yeah, we don't have a lot of practice against men.
My match with Luna basically turned into like, I'd try and dash grab him with Falcon, he'd roll away and do a banana grab for the whole set, and I got destroyed. It's like, it's because I don't know the game well enough, but I mean, hard to deal with. And once you learn to, I think, JP and ABA and stuff will play higher, probably.
Yeah, I think JP was taken out by Double Diddy, I think. So.
Yeah, the Double D's is hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like the best Diddy player in Scotland right now hasn't been to an OSU, so. Like,
oh, is that true? There's someone out there better than Fraser?
Oh yeah, Richard Galloway.
Does he play Diddy?
Yeah, he plays Diddy. He plays Diddy and Naz, and if he came to an OSU, he'd probably make top 3.
He play Ness until he loses, and then play Diddy because Diddy is free.
Ness is actually really good in this game.
Ness is great, man. I'm so glad that Ness is finally good in the Smash game. Actually really strong in Smash 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, 5th place, Edinbulba, Luma. 7th place, Ibisu JP, and we can get to the PM results. So, 1st place, Time Muffin. Really no surprise after last month.
Yeah, kind of expected.
Yeah. Last month, winners.
So you were 2nd, I think? No.
3rd.
3rd.
Yeah.
How was playing Time Muffin this time?
Well, last tournament I threw him winners, and he pulled a reverse 3-0-3-1. And I mean, I don't commit any time to PM whatsoever, so I really can't analyze the matches. But he definitely knows what he's doing in that game, and like he definitely knows now that he needs to go deep for the edge guards against Marth, and he definitely has setups. So I mean, if he just keeps working on that game, like, and I don't invest any time whatsoever, like I don't think I'll beat him again. I don't think my melee skill is going to translate quickly enough to PM anymore that I can just win without trying. So either I invest time into the game or like say goodbye to 1st place.
Because I just know he's like really good at PM. I'm really looking forward to Smash Beyond the Wall to see how he does there.
I actually want to briefly talk about my set with him. I played him in winners quarters, no winners semis actually, and he beat me 2-1. And for the past about 3 months, he's been absolutely destroying me in PM to the point where it's like 4-stock, 3-stock every match. I've never known who to play against him, and when we played in winners semis, I decided to wolf ditto him, and it was almost a 4-stock. So I don't know what happened there, but it'll be interesting to see what goes on there because I've never played against him like that ever, and it was quite scary. But
I've never beaten him.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've taken a game, and it was very weird. So we'll see how that goes.
Did you get to play Fraser this tournament?
Nope.
What was your bracket like?
I got put in a losers by Dylan, which I don't want to talk about.
Sorry, that was.
No, I was playing really badly. Like, I usually beat, like, pretty much every row, but I just played really badly, so I deserve to lose. And then I got the fabled Samus Lucario matchup and got destroyed by everything. You know, the one where you, like, do dash attack up tilt and he just presses A.
God.
And there. No, I just don't know how. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm actually really bad at Lucario.
Did Sox play Samus in PM?
Yeah, both games. I did better against Sox and Melee than I did in PM.
I believe he played Donkey Kong in winners.
Yeah, he did that.
And then when he dropped into losers, he was like, bring out the Melee men.
Yeah.
For example, Ty 2-0 him in winners. And he dropped on
2-1.
2-1? I thought it was a 2-1. And then Sox ran it back and he gave him the reverse 2-0.
Yeah, it was 2-1 in winners, but yeah, Ty beat him.
I feel like since then, like, even in the, you know.
Oh,
after
you yourself.
Alex,
people.
can you repeat that?
What, was I muted?
Yeah.
I must have nudged the thing. I have like a switch. Oops. I was just saying since, like, because I was playing some Lucario that was with like the guy from.
You muted yourself again?
Like, I'm not muting myself.
Try again.
Right. Like, I'm not pushing anything. I bet.
No, it's coming.
I bet I'm just by Google because they hate me. I was playing a guy from Ireland that plays Lucario, and one of the guys from France, and I learned like a lot from it because they're really, really good.
Is that Kanye East?
Yeah, he's like really, really good. Like, I think he could probably beat Fraser, or like they would be really, really close, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we need to take a trip over there and just take all their money.
It's £10. It's cheaper than going to Perth.
It's true, man.
It's almost the same price.
Yeah. Anyway,
Should we just
second
do like
place.
a summer trip to Ireland? Sorry to go off topic, but like, will that be a thing? Just like all of Glasgow goes to Ireland.
Probably. If they do
That's
a tournament, like if they do a big tournament and you know it's cheap, then I wouldn't be surprised. So
yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Like, just watch out.
There's gonna be one soon.
Second place, Bubba Flappies playing all Wario until winners or until losers finals. Return of the Megabus, like £2.50 return. Like he definitely sent me home. Like
he got Megabus pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did amazing. I mean, is this the first time he's gone top 3 PM?
The first time in around 4 or 5 months, I want to say.
Not a long time.
Yeah.
So I mean,
like Dom used to always be like Dom was winning weeklies. Like he was beating me, he was beating Fraser, he was beating Dubslayer. Like he was actually on top of the game for a while, and then like he went to Melee and he dropped off, but like he's went back and like he's picked up Wario again and like he's learning the tech and like
yeah.
He just seems to perform really well in PM. Like I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. He's did so well though, so Shrouds.
Third place, me playing my fraud character. I don't know. Not much to say here. Lost to Fraser 3 on winners. Played Dom and Losers. I 2-0'd his Wario, and he brought it back with the Megabus and just clean sweep 3-0. Fourth place, Sox. Fifth place, Massless Ty. And 7th place, Duckslayer Bisa.
Wait, Ty placed above me in PM, then I'm done.
That's correct.
Ty beat Ryan in PM?
Ty, who didn't get out of pools at OSU January. Got 5th.
Yeah, the Ty is either just really good or really bad in PM for some reason.
Who did he play? What character did he play against Ryan? Like
He played Jigglypuff.
Puff.
he played Puff against Ryan's Donkey Kong and beat.
Yeah.
Easel.
I think that's a pretty bad matchup for Donkey Kong. Anyone who's like really good at edge guarding is really.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
guess it's like ridiculous hitbox for rests as well.
Yeah, Donkey Kong is huge and fairly slow and janky, so.
I mean, like, he's light, but he's, like, no, he's not light, he's heavy, but, I can't remember the wording. You know what I mean? Like, when they fall
Floaty?
slowly? Yeah, floaty.
Oh yeah, the heavy
He's floaty, but he's heavy, so, like, he's really, really easy to get rest outs. Like,
Oh,
One
Ty,
up to him like a
goes for them, by the way. He was up for arresting my Roy last month. Like,
He got some in PM, but like Melee, I don't think he hit rest all tournament.
yeah, like.
Yeah, he did not rest me once in
I don't think he hit rest all tournament.
He didn't try.
Anyway.
I think he tried to rest me once in total.
So moving on to Melee, we have Captain Zeppo at first place. And a little bit of history for you guys if you don't know. Back in the old school era, when Zeppo was still active, he attended 7 major tournaments in the UK, and he came second to all of them. So his record, Captain Second. Captain Second put in work, and he got his first major UK tournament. So congrats to him. Like, we're just gonna have to wait and see if the curse is lifted or if this was just like his pot of gold. But like, he played amazing. Like,
Falcon won a major. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, like he 3-2'd me like one stock in winners, and he just got momentum, and like he carried that over, and like he just, even though it was a 3-2 against Ryan, like it didn't look close, if you know what I mean. Like, it looked like he was in control the whole time, and that any time he died, like it was just kind of his mistake. But Ryan played really well, like no discredit to him, but it looked like Zeppo just had control of the tournament from then on.
I'm actually really salty because I played him also in winners semis, and he just beat me 2-1. But I mean, he's a flat better player than me, so he did deserve to go through. So,
like, his experience in his clutch, like really just pull it through for him. It's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Second place, Socks. Shout-outs to Socks for beating me. As always, I'm quite happy. Always happy to lose. You don't learn if you don't lose, right? Third place, Fade. Fourth place, Time Muffin, which is a big result for Time Muffin. And incoming Salt, but he 2'd your boy Maskless.
Mad salty.
I have to say, like, you look at Fraser's results for this tournament, and it's like first, third, and fourth. And
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
Undeserved to get beat.
Yo, nah. If I get in to do that next time, he will not be getting.
I will not practice until Fraser beats me comfortably in tournament.
I know, man.
Like, that's the
The
most
practice has started.
stupid statement I've
Now it's
ever
been
heard.
done.
That is like, if you're in practice, you gotta stick to it like I do.
Nah, man.
And just, you can't feel like I'm not gonna practice until I get beat by like Lee, which happens all the
No,
time.
trust me. I've never wanted to practice so much in my life from after that set with him. So yeah, I guess it worked.
Oh boy.
Fifth place, Maskless Lou, and 7th place, Dave Man's Duckslayer. Duckslayer, Lord of the 7th place this tournament.
Yeah, man. Yo, I had really close games with a lot of good people though, so that's fine.
That's true.
You know, with the character that I don't play anymore.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to record more of the bracket next time. Like, as things go, only the Melee winners, losers, and grands will be uploaded. But for next event, hopefully we can get some more bracket matches, so people can study their games and like level up. So that was a good thing.
Yeah, we should consider getting that capture card that Russia and Edinburgh had, the Aver Media one, because no
Yeah.
laptop. That's
David actually has one of those now. So
the same one, the Aver Media one.
yeah.
I have a slightly different one. I have the light version as opposed to like the proper version.
Mm-hmm.
The light version works with a laptop, but the proper version you don't need any computer.
Yeah. As long as you've got a laptop, it's fine. But it's just it's quite convenient.
We should use one of the TVs, the CRTs that has like the VCR in it. See if we can like record using that.
Video.
Yeah.
That would be hard.
So to summarize the event ran well, apart from the issue with losing time here and there, which we're aiming to fix.
When did we lose
think-
Fraser?
The biggest problem I saw was we were running ahead of schedule for everything up until Project M pools were trying to wrap up.
Yep.
Like, that was the big bottleneck because like I messed up with the groups. Like for some reason I had a 3-man group on one CRT and then a 4-man group go on after that. I should have had all the 4-man groups go first and then had the 3-man groups go after.
Yeah.
You couldn't put 2 3-man groups on one TV.
That was the plan.
Like a
but,
4 and a
like,
3. You know.
I think what happened was someone signed up for something, and then one of the 3-man groups became a 4-man
Oh
group.
yeah, okay.
So
Oh yeah, Adam
makes
joined
sense.
our 3-man group.
No. Oh yeah, he joined ours in Melee as well. So it's...
and then we had Farhan in 2 groups. 'Cause-
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like, it's things we can work on fixing for next time. Like, it's just human
yeah,
error.
Farhan
It's
will
bound
only
to happen.
ever. Farhan now is only ever to be accepted as Farhan, nothing
Like,
else.
Wait, what else
I
was
know
it?
He played under green, I think.
Oh, he played under green, yeah. So we got kind of confused. Like, people that want to be named multiple things, looking at you, Meme Slayer, in different games, like, it's actually a hassle. Like,
so, like, the fun thing about that was that apparently he changed the green because other people were, like, changing away from their names. Because we had the issue where we had two Patricks, like, a few events ago, and then one of the Patricks played when the other one was meant to, and it was just, like, we had to replay matches and all sorts of crap like that. So there will now. He's the farhand. He's the only farhand, and he will stay farhand. And
I was thinking.
Are you going like true Casper, like no name changes? Because
True Casper.
yeah, I mean a little bit of history. Like StarCraft players love changing their names, but as soon as Casper take them on board, like they're name locked.
I think like locking people's names is fine. Like. As long as it's like within reason, like if I sign up to a tournament as Gimbal and another tournament as Gimbal B, like people, it's still basically the same name, but
we should probably announce that because Jordan likes to change his name for every event.
Yeah,
Jordan
I actually find this
444, like Sonic Kid 420, then like Bio Lizard, like I don't know what he's doing.
I don't think it's that much of a problem. Like it's just
every event though. Every event.
Well, doesn't matter though. Like,
right? Are you gonna be
it's really frustrating as a TO when people start changing names because you don't know who people are.
And like, for the sake of smashranking.eu,
and
I really want to make that website big and like keep the results consistent, and like that's a lot of hassle for them to keep up with. If we're like, okay, Dylan warmed up, so he's gonna call himself Mask, like
That was what I was actually going to talk about.
I know you were.
I wish I had that name instead, and it's too late. Smash Ranking's like taking my name now, so it's like that's it.
And we're gonna start using more of those systems as well. Like I was talking to some guys at Tourney Locator. I think we're gonna start posting our events up there. I don't know if they're gonna have a ranking system. So like it's only gonna get more like strict in that kind of sense.
Do you know if Russell's ready to come on? Do you want to check that?
I'll do that now.
Sure. And we can jump straight to the Hypespotting stuff if we get him on. Okay. Have you guys got any shout-outs while we're waiting?
MHS.
MHS, yeah. Shout-outs to Melee Health Scotland. Keeping it real.
Oh God, you weren't supposed to say the full name. We've been exposed.
Fun, man.
Shout out to Rushdown Edinburgh. Me and
definitely.
yesterday, and it was great.
I went the other week as well, it was good.
We'll go over the results from Rushdown Edinburgh after the Hypespotting segment, if we can get Russell on.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Thomas Dyregard, all the way from Denmark. I mean, he lives in Glasgow, but hey. Cheers for all the good photos. Like, it really makes, when people go on Facebook and they look at the event photos, like, they see everyone's having a good time, like, they want to come to the events, and that's what we want. Like, we want this scene to keep growing and growing and growing. So
many people changed their Facebook profile pics to the photos.
Yeah.
He took a lot of
the photos were really good.
Yeah.
There's some brilliant ones. So.
A bit too many pictures of people coming out the toilet.
There was also a point where he was taking pictures of somebody doing their tournament match, and it was like a few inches off being in front of the TV, and I was about to say something, but like he wasn't there yet, and I was like, oh, it was good. But the photos were definitely worth it.
Yeah, they were brilliant. Max XP for providing the cookies. Like
the venue.
The cookies really seem to go down well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a few people who weren't that keen.
Literally two.
But everybody else, everybody was so much more hyped for cookies than anything. Like,
who was against it?
People would pause
don't name names.
And like just be like cookies and like leap out of their seats and go and get them.
I would take for cookies too.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Craig Faker for helping run the event, and Craig Edinbulba for helping run the event. Like, I guess the name Craig just makes you a god at TOing, but really, really big help, guys. Oh yeah, like they're both great, and like Faker's just the man. Like he really is. Actually, the other Craig's the man. Like they're the Craigs. That's it. Like, yeah. I guess the main topic for OSU, the secret hidden boss of OSU, Kid Wobbles, Lumachan, Kid Wobbles.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you wanna just like explain him?
You can give the explanation.
Alright, so this kid comes out of nowhere and just knocks out so many people and does so well this tournament. So it started around the crew battle, where Socks was sent in. Now he's pretty arguably third best in Scotland right now. I'd say
like unarguable top 5, arguable top 3.
Yeah. So and Socks was sent into the crew battle, and he had 2 stocks left, and we sent in Luma-chan from our side, and he went ahead and took both stocks off Ryan.
As Ice Climbers, like that's a really
Ice
hard
Climbers
matchup.
versus Sam's on Dreamland. So and it was just insane. I think Socks is a bit stunned. He said he was going easy at first, and I think he was just a bit salty. But yeah, it was crazy. And on you go.
I was watching the VOD, and like Socks had such a huge smile on his face though. Like after he lost, he seemed like genuinely happy for Luma to win.
Socks is always a good sport, though, win or lose.
And the best part was when Kid Wobbles got out after he lost the next match, and he had no clue who Ryan was. He didn't know what he just done. He was actually disappointed with himself, and we had to tell him.
I'm sorry, I only took 3 stocks.
He just knocked out one of the best players on their team, so that was great. And he did extremely well in all the games.
Yeah. Especially in melee pools, like
melee pools. On you go.
Jalued, like a constant top 8 finisher, like that was a hard pool. Jalued and Ty, like any new player gets sent into that pool, like I would almost be ready to write it off. Like put Ed, put Ty in the challenge bracket, but like you know, he showed that like never be too hasty, because this kid, like, he was the truth. He knocked out one of our consistent top 8 players. I mean, crazy.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes back next month and if he's been practicing, because
definitely.
I'll be worried.
Ed or Kid Wobbles?
Both.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing about him is like he goes to Geek Retreat tournaments, and like he goes to that. I think it was just like this was his first exposure to, I guess, like the OSU side of Glasgow as opposed to the Geek Retreat side of Glasgow. And it's one of the cool things about this event was like I'm seeing more and more crossover, which is really cool. Like,
yeah,
more
I mean,
Geek Retreat guys are coming over.
If Geek Retreat hosted Melee, like I'd be there. Like.
Yeah, and the thing about Luma is that I'm in like the Street Pass Glasgow group, and he's always asking like when is Geek Retreat going to do Project M, and when are they going to do Melee and stuff. So he's like actually into Melee and PM. It's just this was his first event, and he did really well.
Yeah. Anything back from Russell?
Oh, he's not going to be able to make it on tonight, but he's interested in coming into
on
the next one.
I'm going to mute myself for a second, see if I can get Craig on.
I'm going to see if there's anything else. Yo, I want to say, like, while we're on the topic of people who made it out of pools, Linny made it out of pools for the first time.
Oh, yeah, shout-outs, man. He's been playing PM for the past, like, must be coming up to a year now. And he's been solely playing PM and trying to get out of pools, and he made it.
It was like the first tourney I didn't have to play Lenny in either.
But I feel so good because like he's been putting in work, and when I play him in friendlies, which doesn't happen that often anymore, which is kind of a shame. I kind of want to play him more in friendlies because we live like 2 minutes away from each other. But like he puts in so much work, and like when he plays well, he's playing like really well. Like he can 0 to death me when he's playing Lucas, and
it's great.
I might not be great at PM, but like I have decent DI overall, so like I know how to like not get killed easily. But like yeah, when Lenny's on, he's like on, but it's just consistency more than anything.
The problem with
I'm super happy about it, and it's so funny because he was one of the guys who was like, "Oh, I don't care about cookies," and then he got a cookie and he was happy, and it was.
Yeah. Oh. As an explanation for people that don't know, you got cookies for getting at pools in all 3 games.
And top 8 in Smash4.
Yeah, top 8 Smash4 and pools in Melee PM. So yeah. Did you get in contact with Craig?
I did, but he hasn't replied yet. So
got a cookie for top 8 in Smash4?
Yeah,
you did.
I would have totally.
We had 40 cookies because we had 2 16-man brackets. So top 8 for Smash4 and.
Oh, I have to say, like, I forgot to give Luma his cookies, so no matter what happens with cookies in the future, we're getting 2.
Yeah, we'll get him.
I was going to say, was that why there was 2 left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, cool.
I think a couple of other people might not have grabbed the ones they needed as well. So.
Should we go over the Rushdown Melee tournament results quickly, so we can get hold of Craig?
Just spend a few minutes on it.
Sure. We'll just go over top four. So first, Shifting Shadows. Second, Fade. Myself. Third, Maskless. Dylan. And fourth, Ty. I want to say.
Yeah, it was.
But like I really love their venue. Like the vibes you get there are so good. Like
it's such a good venue.
It's like such a little cramped space, and like everyone's so hyped, and like just having Street
Cramped
Fighter
is the
and
right word.
not cramped, I guess, but like,
Yeah,
cozy is the right word. Cozy is definitely the right word. Like
Yeah.
I love having Street Fighter and Smash in like the same place. Like
Me too. I like that the OSU we dual hosted.
like in Smash we don't know how to be hype yet. Like we're learning.
Yeah.
But like the Street Fighter guys are like, you know, they just go in. Like they don't care.
It's great.
And they get hyped for like anything. Like,
Yeah, man.
They'll run tournaments for like random games like Gang Beasts or whatever, and people will get hyped.
They love Captain Falcon. Like anytime I knee, like just for any reason, they love it.
Worship Josh.
Yeah.
Fairly simple.
Want to say I played two of my favorite sets I've ever played in Melee, and thankfully they were both recorded. Like by winner's final set against Josh and like Dylan and Testis, like we just didn't drop combos. Like
Yeah, it was
super back and forth the whole time, and like every game I want to say was like I think he 2-stocked me once, and then every other game was a 1-stock for either side. And the set immediately after when I played Dylan, like I was so far ahead in the third game, and like he just got this crazy shine spike, and then like he got clean kill, and then like suddenly we were 0-0. And I just grabbed back throw forward smash, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but like seriously, those two sets, like they were so tight and like so much fun.
You say they were recorded?
Yeah, they're all recorded.
Yeah,
they're all
Going to be uploaded?
Eventually, they have a huge back.
Probably want to watch them.
And shoutouts to Ty, I played him, and if I hadn't played two best of 3 Jigglypuff sets beforehand, I probably wouldn't have beat him. And
Yeah, man. Shouts to Ty.
per puff, but yeah.
Shouts
Wait,
to
who are
Josh
the
for
other
still
players
being
there?
the best.
Like, who are the other Jakes players?
Galapagos Ty, and I played a best of 3 against Dylan, and he beat me by 1 stock.
Yo, you said you were going to destroy me, and you didn't.
I didn't.
I'm happy. Right. Okay, so if we go on to the next tournament, OSU March. Anyone got anything else to say?
I think we're good with the Rushdown now. So.
Oh, like just last shout. Thank you for everybody who brought setups. We had 8 Wii U's. Like that's
8
crazy.
Wii U's. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Sm4sh
If
like
we ever
really
want to do, if we ever
game
want to do a
was super
Splatoon tournament, we can. Like we can just say like, hey, and like the thing about the Splatoon tournament as well, I don't even think you'd need a TV because you could just play on the gamepad, but I'd have to actually play the game for that. But that would be hype. Like I'm hyped for Splatoon, so like the fact that people are actually bringing setups.
Wait, when does Splatoon come out, by the way? Off topic.
It's after Hypespotting. I think it's like April.
Alright, so OSU March then.
Yeah.
New format. What do you think?
So I guess we touched on this earlier, which was like running an amateur bracket was one of the big things. So we do Project M pools into Project M bracket, and then Melee pools into Melee bracket. So we're only switching setups once, and people can have a lunch break between those. So we actually have like a proper time for a lunch break. We meant to have one this time, but a few people were just stuck doing pools until like 5.
Yeah.
And then they had to go straight into bracket after that, which kind of sucked for them.
So we can work on the time table, whatever you want to call it, and try and iron it out.
Something I really want to hear from you guys, like you guys are going down to Newcastle, and their schedule is super crazy. Are you guys not going anywhere?
Oh, yeah, we're going. It starts really early, it starts 12, I think, and it ends at 6.
That's what I want to know.
Like, so much going on.
You're really good at getting things done on time. I
Someone's microphone is acting up.
Oh, I have background noise. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine. Where was I going with this? Yeah, something I really want to hear back from you guys is like, if they can really run the entire tournament from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with a 50-man cap on each bracket, like, if they're successful, you guys need to tell us like how. Because if they can run on schedule with that schedule, like, we're doing something wrong.
It was similar when I went down the first time. This is a similar schedule. It only ran over because it ran slightly over because finals was like a double best of 5 because it went down the last game.
Yeah.
So what's the issue? Like, how are they running the events faster than us? Because, like, to my knowledge, they have a similar number of setups and a similar number of players.
You can probably get pulls done really fast if you actually, you know. The way it seems to work just now is you just kind of let them run, and then when they're done, they're done. But like, if we properly like, you know, pulls have to be done in X amount of time, you know, pull captains or something.
Yeah, I mean the thing is with pools, they were running really fast this event. It was just like that. Those extra little pool, like that extra PM pool or whatever, was just like dragging everything on.
Yeah.
Like if we had one pool for each setup, like we would have been done way faster, like a lot faster than we were. So that was like the bottleneck. So we can easily get it done like an hour and a half quicker.
Yeah, I think just going straight from pools to bracket is like really going to help with time constraints, and that's the exact setup that they're using. So.
Yeah. Also having to switch consoles for pools as well, because like switching consoles takes ages.
Yep.
Another thing
doing that anymore.
Briefly mentions room layout. What do you think about the room layout just now? Like, you all happy with it?
I don't think we can do much better than what we've done, unless you've got any suggestion.
No, it's just I hate the big wall sort of that separates the room into like two. I
can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I know, it's worth it. So it's like I'm just gonna need to try and deal with it as much as possible.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if we're gonna run any events bigger than what we're doing just now, I don't think we could do it in that venue, honestly. Because
yeah, but that's the absolute best problem to have.
Yeah. So should we talk about that next then? Attracting more players and making the events bigger. So
exactly, like it's advertisement, right? Like how do we go about letting people know, like, yo, our events are awesome and like you should come. Like the stream is gonna help with that.
Yeah,
videos. Videos are definitely gonna help because like when people see Captain Zappo playing again, and like when people see Fraser's Wolf, and when people see Jacobin Sinlink, like people are gonna want to come up and play. But that's not the
thing is, like, a high quality stream is really big as well. Because sometimes I've seen things local streams down in England or wherever, Newcastle, and the stream has been really bad quality, and it's put me off going like a huge amount.
Really good.
Yeah,
So,
I mean that was one of the things with us was we were thinking about streaming, and then we tried it, and we were like,
it didn't work at all. Yeah.
Like we'd rather just have better recordings than. Those are going up soon, by the way. Like, I'm going to upload the crew battle after this.
Cool. I think that's also too went really well. That was the one where we hosted Street Fighter as well. Because we had OSU 3, and we had versus Scotland, and come and help stream and record, and it went really well. I think it was just everything just seemed to go nicely. We had all the recordings and.
Yeah, I mean, like they have
back then too.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the same amount of people as we had for this one. Like, it was 50 people.
Yeah, but it's less games, less crossover between games. Like the Street Fighter guys were playing Street Fighter.
That was back when we had like a forced cap on games as well.
Really?
So you can only play 2 games.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Speaking of caps, like we might be bringing an entrance cap forward for events. Just in, you know, let's say next those two 80 people turn up, like our options are cap the events or like, hey, the event's off. Like we can't accommodate 80 players in a bracket.
I don't think we could fit 8 people in the venue.
Yeah.
No, I think 60 is our absolute limit.
Yeah, I agree.
We had 50 this time.
I think 60 be pushing it. Like, and I think that
we can get 60 in.
Do you think?
There's stuff we can do to get more setups in there. We had a table that wasn't doing anything until we started recording.
Oh yeah, somebody write down we need to bring extenders.
We're gonna buy power adapters
Okay,
so that we don't have to rely on them. So that we don't have to rely on people bringing them.
Yeah.
You mean like extensions?
Yeah. Extensions.
Very confused.
And like we're gonna buy, like I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna buy 100 pens. Like I'm just gonna buy 10 packs of pens, and like every event I'll just like
buy another 100.
Well, every event like I'll just buy another 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
but just stock up for the entire year, and like that's what the venue fee money is going to now. Like, it's not all. That's not all of it. Like, I'm not going to buy 100 pens using the entire venue fee money, but like we can start doing stuff like that now. We can buy extenders so that we don't have to rely on people coming in, and it's great that people are willing to bring stuff in, but then you get the occasions where they don't. And
but if we can be self-sufficient, there's no reason not to be, right?
Yeah.
So do we want to get into your suggested prize money changes?
Yeah, so I was thinking about prize money changes for a while, because we actually have a lot more prize money now than we used to, because it used to be we had a £5 venue fee, and like people would pay £2 per game on top of that, and now we have a £2 venue fee, half of which goes into prize money anyway, and then £3 for each game. So we have a lot more money like sitting in the pot. And this event had like and this event had like 30 people, and like if we start seeing more, like we're gonna have quite a bit of money in that pot. And it's at the point where like winner is taking like 60 quids, which is a lot of money, and if you make top 3 in like multiple games, then you get quite a bit of like cash. But the problem I'm seeing is that it's really top heavy, and like I'd rather see what SACs do. So SACs have a much better split system where top 6 get money, and like the top like 5th, 6th get like a very small amount of money, like relatively, but it's enough to cover like the cost of entering. And I was wondering what people would think about that kind of split would be for us.
Well, like how much money would first place be losing?
So first place, in the sense of so like if we had it was like £105 per game total pot, and first place was getting £60 for this event. Yeah. In the future, like what I'm proposing would be like 41 for first place.
So you want to take away a third of that? That's quite a lot. Yeah.
What did you think, Lee?
I think you should go first, because you gave me a really interesting perspective when we talked about this yesterday.
All right,
you were talking that you're someone who just places narrowly out of the money, like very consistently.
I just want to point this out. I have never made top 3 in singles. I've made 3rd place in doubles once, and I won £2.50. So I'm not in this for the money at all.
You didn't even get the £2.50.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even get the £2.50. It took months.
Raise your tickets.
Yeah, I've never been someone who plays for money, but for me, it's always been about top 3. Top 3 has always been the sort of goal, and I think it's good that I've never won anything. Honestly, it sounds bad, but like it's always made me push more. Where as opposed to getting 5th and getting 10 quids and being like, oh yes, that's great. Instead I get 5th and I think, oh, I could have played so much better. So I think from a beginner, or not beginner, but like from the viewpoint of people who don't place top 3 regularly, it helps that there's not sort of top 6 prizes, because it makes you want top 3 more.
Yeah, you don't want people to be content with like 5th.
Yeah, I think we need more people fighting for top 3, and with the way it's going just now, top 3, I don't think it will stay the same for very long. It has for the past few years, but I don't think it will from now onwards. So, yeah. That's what I think.
I mean, the way I see it, like, placing in top 3 is the goal for a lot of players, and I think people that place 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm happy I got the £8. They're going to be like, why'd I play so bad?
Yeah,
I need to get better next time. Like, I think just having the money trickle down is just going to stagnate skill levels, because people are just going to be content. Like, oh, I made the money. I made top 6. Like, our scene isn't, our scene does have 10 to 15 players, maybe 16. They're all relatively good players and like are really putting in the work to get good. But it's that top 3 that everyone's aiming for. Like, no one gets 8th and goes, great. And the people that are placing just out of that, top 6, top 8, whatever we would have the money trickle down to, they're not going to be, oh, damn, if I got 2 extra places, I would have got a $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like, it's not even as if they're earning anything, they're just getting money back, which isn't that good. Yeah. Like, it doesn't feel great,
Yeah. Craig's ready to come on now for 10-15 minutes if you guys want to hold this discussion, and we'll get straight back to it.
Yeah.
Which Craig?
That's a big surprise.
Oh God! What if it's both Craigs? Oh my God! I just need more Craig in my life. Fraser's friend Craig.
God. More freaks.
Yeah, I mean, while we're waiting for him, like, I just want to say, like, my thoughts on it was, like, having that little extra for people in, like, the, not necessarily, like, top 6, but, like, the top 8 or whatever, to, like, start striving towards, like, having it, like, a sort of gradual step-by-step that you can go up, I thought would be a bit more motivating, but if people are happy with the top 3, like, then I'm happy with that as well, and if we run a bigger event, I'd say top 6.
I feel like if I won next event, say, and got £40, I'd be pretty like annoyed. I could have got 60.
Yeah, like I'd rather come first and win 60 than come fifth 10 times and win
instead of getting like
100. Like,
a third, instead of getting like, you know, a third taken away from what I could have got, someone else is getting their train paid for them or something. Opposed to like,
yeah.
We had a bigger pot, like, where the, like, I know it's a pretty extreme example, but I think a big house like 8th place got like $300 or something, like, that's a tangible amount of money, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it means something.
A $5 is something like, if you give a $5 to your mate and you don't get it back, like, you're not that,
it's like whatever.
You're not that burnt up about it. Oh, yo. Dylan, talking about prize money, you actually won a $5 last night.
Oh yeah, I got the message.
That's
the first time I've ever made third, and it was a 12-man tournament. So you know.
Yeah, I'll give you your $5 on Friday for sure.
Yes.
If you don't, it's no big deal.
Doesn't matter. You just give it to Fraser. Actually, you know he
yeah, that seems anyway, to. So. That's what happens to Dylan's prize.
So I guess like, as motivation for trying to make top 16 or whatever, do you feel like cookies right now is kind of like...
I feel like motivation for getting top 15... I feel like for a healthy scene to develop, motivation for top 16 has to be wanting to get good at the game, or wanting to place high. It can't just be like, you know, I want a cookie or something. Like, it has to be... Because even at a really high level, like, just playing for the money isn't a fantastic mindset. Like, unless you're playing for like a living, in which case, fair dues. You know, like Lucky used to make money off of...
Craig, can you speak up?
Hello.
Oh, yo, how's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I was about to sit down and play some Monster Hunter.
That's why you're busy. That's why you're busy.
I realized I was due to speak with you guys. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, important stuff. You know, that's obviously what I was about to do.
Yeah. Do you have the document open, by the way? If not, it's no big deal.
I don't have.
Okay. So.
Nice tonight, guys.
Yeah, we were just breaking down like our previous event and how we can improve for next time. Oh, you're in here now?
I'm in there.
Okay, if you want to go to the second page, Future Fighting Games in Scotland.
Second page.
Yep.
Yeah, future.
Yeah. So this is kind of the stuff we want you to talk about because like we're invested in the Smash scene, but none of us are really, you know, in touch with the Marvel or the Street Fighter or the anime games or KOF, so on and so on. So, like, if you just want to go over a bit, like, where Scotland's headed, coming up to Hypespotting and afterwards.
Yeah, I can do that indeed. Is Faker around with us, or?
Faker's not available tonight, unfortunately.
No.
No.
He's off to do... He does a lot of the kind of media management side of stuff, so he does, like, the trailers and the posters and all that. And he's a bit of a wizard when it comes to this kind of stuff. You just ask him to do something completely outrageous and he'll have it done within the space of an hour.
Yeah.
He's really
I've experienced that firsthand.
Yeah. So you want a general kind of rundown on where we're going?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably better to consider where we've been to
give some perspective.
Get a grasp on where we're going, because where we were originally was like from the I'll give you the perspective from the Edinburgh side. It was 4 guys in a little internet cafe playing on widescreen laggy televisions. The guy that ran the shop was a really good friend of ours, and we loved supporting him. But there was no growth. It was merely us keeping the dimmest of flames alive. And meanwhile, Glasgow are doing their thing, much like you guys are kind of doing your thing with Smash. That was very much the case with Street Fighter and other kind of mainstream fighting games.
Yep.
In Glasgow. So they kept doing their thing. They're building up momentum, and that kind of led the way for the likes of myself and Alan and Josh and James, who I suppose, are the founders of Rushdown. We took their stencil and kind of crafted it to fit our city. We knew what people wanted. We knew that the Edinburgh vibe was a little bit different to that of Glasgow's, and it was a bit more relaxed at times. And we just ran with that. So I think that to know where we're going is more or less just continuing with that theme. We've gone from being those 4 guys in that room to now having really solid weekly turnouts. Typically as the year goes on, it gets a bit bigger.
Yeah.
As we build up to events like Hypespotting 4, that's when we see really good numbers coming in, and we just enjoy that. So, and you know, we've already lined out our schedule for the mainstream fighting games leading up to Hypespotting 4, and we're mainly just considering the marquee games that we're running at Hypespotting, which are Smash 4 and Street Fighter 4. Those are the 2 games which we have an audience for in Rushdown, so those are the games that we're putting most of our time and energy behind. And once we get to Hypespotting, it's very much just a case of getting a feel for what people's enthusiasm is, because Street Fighter 4 is effectively winding down. This is like the last year that it's going to be the marquee game for Capcom and for a lot of these event organizers, like the TOs. They're going to be looking for another avenue to keep that scene alive, because they've got this audience, they've got this game which is kind of winding down. So I wouldn't say it's going to die by any means, because you just have to look at Melee as an example of a game that will never die. But it's more about finding that next game that people are going to want to attach themselves to. The most obvious one is the game which there was just some hype release for yesterday. There was a trailer for a character called Charlie that's making a return to Street Fighter 5. So that game is going to be a big one. That's coming out end of this year or early next year. So filling that gap in between is going to be interesting. I'm not actually sure where it's going to go. Do we try and capitalize on the hype for games which are already existing and have just enjoyed like one of the biggest tournaments in the UK for, or do we try and fill that gap with other games which don't quite have the opportunity that a lot of others do right now? Like Guilty Gear Xrd is a really, really good game. There's not a huge audience for it right now in Glasgow and Edinburgh. So we might test the waters there. It's all about exposure and finding the right people to make that happen. Otherwise, you're putting a lot of time and effort into something which there just isn't an audience for.
I just want to say, like, even though you've not been listening, you've just caught the tone of the show completely. Like, exactly where you went is pretty much the way we've been talking this all the time. So cheers for that. But I never even considered that you would have to fill time, because I sort of thought the hype of Street Fighter 5 would want people, people would want to get into Ultra. They'd want to, get good so that they could transition into the next game. But like, that's definitely going to be a thing. That's definitely going to be a thing that after Hypespotting, people are like, on Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, absolutely. But it kind of works in 2 ways. It works in that you have to consider the fact that a lot of these guys that are training for Street Fighter 4 right now, it's probably like the last roll of the dice for them. They've been doing it for 5 years with this game. This is, they picked up when they were maybe 16, 17, and they'd ran with it until they were like early 20s. And that's kind of when people start to get into, they might want to pursue other things in life other than fighting games, because you kind of find yourself in fighting games. If you go about them the right way, you'll definitely grow as like a person as well as a player.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will be like, right, well, I am the person that I've leveled up to be. Do I want to find another game in which to continue this in, or is there something else I want to do? So quite often, when a game is reaching its latter years, there's a portion of that player base that will disappear. So naturally, there's a gap. That's one way of looking at it. The other way, like you're suggesting, is far more optimistic, and I'd like to think that this is the way that the majority of people are going to approach it. Is that after Hypespotting 4, you've got Ultra being at its absolute peak for that given weekend, and then from there it inspires people to keep playing, and all these new players are like, I want to get on this, but are you going to want to learn all the idiosyncrasies of a very, very technical game right before the likes of Street Fighter 5 comes out, which is going to have its own models, its own theme, otherwise there's no point in releasing it. It's going to be a totally different game. So do people want to learn that Street Fighter 4 right before 5 drops? Not really sure. Is it better to pick another genre altogether, which has just started? It's just been released, so that'd be like Xrd, for example, Guilty Gear. That's an example that I probably refer to a lot with regards to where you go in between the likes of a release between a game like Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5.
Yep.
Maybe it's a whole other franchise that you want to consider before you Because we're not going to kid ourselves and think that everyone's going to turn up week in, week out for a game which they've just put in so many hours, and a lot of people are going to get burned, like at Hypespotting 4. They're not going to get the results that they want. When you put in all that time, you think, was that really worth it? I'm not really sure. So there's a whole mix of player reactions that will take place over the course of that weekend. And that's what makes tournaments so amazing, is that everyone can have different experiences.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
how people respond is very different.
We had a lot of people come into our scene and get into PM or Melee like in anticipation for Sm4sh, and they all swapped over. So I hope that happens for you guys. I hope people see Hypespotting, they see what's going on, like they get into Ultra, trying to get good and move over to Street Fighter 5, and like it's a swift transition. But I guess it's a wait and see kind of game.
With regards to Sm4sh?
No, with Street Fighter. Like if it's gonna have the same effect, where people get into the previous games in the franchise. As sort of a precursor to getting into Street Fighter 5 and like trying to catch it. The early bird gets the worm sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to sort of cap general consensus is to, let me just bring up the camera. Who have I got in here? We've got Alexander, we've got David Gimbel, myself, we've got Dylan. You guys don't play Street Fighter 4, so...
I do.
You do?
Not very well.
But
yeah, we played slightly, but not to any sort of.
I want to play more though, like to a competitive level.
Right. Okay. So have you invested in it to the extent where you've maybe looked up YouTube videos on how to get better, or you followed like the current scene? Maybe you watch the streams of events that take place over the week.
Capcom Cup was really good.
Capcom Cup was awesome. You're right.
Kind of the extent of it though.
I suppose you would probably consider yourself to be relatively beginner level at the game in a competitive sense. So do you feel it's worth investing your time in that game now with Street Fighter on the verge of?
I mean, I don't know if it's influenced by playing Melee, which has been out for forever, but I do feel it is, because I'm concerned with me getting better than like comparing it to other people. But I think that just comes from the mindset you get from playing.
Yeah,
your mic's cutting out again.
Well, it's interesting. Like you're right. It's all about what you want to take from it. You want to be the best at this game because for someone to if you just went off into game, someone goes into a game store, picks up Street Fighter 4 Ultra off the shelf and starts playing it and thinks, I want to be the best in the world at this game. They've got so much distance to cover before they're even on par with anybody else. So, but then again, if you just want to play it to understand how to learn a fighting game and what makes a fighting game fun, like if you get enjoyment out of it, then there's no problem here. And that is a big thing for communities as well. It's not necessarily we want to train up the beast that's going to go in there and destroy all the international talent. We just want to nurture a good community environment, and I think that's what Rushdown Group does pretty well. Is that a lot of guys aren't really interested in learning like new things in a hardcore kind of way. Like they don't want to sit down and get whipped in the back every time they do something that they shouldn't have done. Like a lot of players love that. They just want to be molded into this like killer. But all the guys that come to Rushdown, they just want to go in and enjoy the night. That I think is going to be a defining factor, as to where the community is going to go after such a big event like Hypespotting. It's just capitalizing on what your scene is all about and running with that. Trying to entertain other things, but find what makes your scene like the strongest, like or what you feel really drives your scene, and nurture that. And it should be pretty obvious after you've ran it for X amount of weeks, months, you figure it out.
Yep. That's really good.
Craig, I want to ask you a question about Street Fighter. I've wondered this for ages, and I've never been able to work it out. And it's where do all the Street Fighter players come from, right? I'm going to read you some numbers, okay? So the Street Fighter subreddit has 16,000 people subscribed. The Smash Bros subreddit has 155,000 people subscribed. And last year at EVO, Street Fighter had 1,000 more people enter than Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Where are all these people? Like, it's the same with Facebook groups. If you look at Smash Facebook groups compared to like Street Fighter or fighting game Facebook groups, it's just ridiculous the difference in numbers. But at these big tournaments, there's always like so many more Street Fighter players than there is Smash.
Yeah. I think that a lot of it is to do with the relevancy of modern gaming consoles and online features that become available. So Street Fighter 4 was quite clever in the time at which it arrived, which was kind of when online gaming was becoming the norm for like home consoles. You had guys playing Counter-Strikes on PCs and things like that for years and years, and obviously that was a big thing. But for people to, when I learned, this is speaking personally, when I learned that I could buy Street Fighter 4 and then play a guy on the internet, you know, and learn from it, and just all the fun that came with that, because the amount of Street Fighter is 99 seconds, but you can have more drama in 99 seconds than you can in an entire RPG that takes 120 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So when I knew that experience was accessible over and over with a variety of different people across the world, including my friends, and it was hard not to get interested in that. And I think that is probably why you have bigger audiences for Street Fighter 4. Obviously, it was really, really popular in the early 90s, but there's guys that have been playing it for years and years. That's an established audience, which are always going to look into that franchise when the next iteration comes along. But I do think that the online features, just like the social media and then the online features, those kind of go hand in hand. If you're playing online, you're talking to a guy, or you're familiar with a guy that you played online, you can look him up on the internet. I know you were talking last night about Dolphin emulators for Melee.
Yeah.
You compare them to people that are accessing that feature to that of like someone who's got an Xbox 360.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get into that, and that's why you have big audiences, because people play this game online, and then they look up people playing it online, and then, oh hey, there's a tournament here, and oh here there's a forum. Like you're already connecting the internet to your game before you really want to get into it. Like as a player, you're probably more familiar with an online scene than you are your local scene.
Mm-hmm.
Works the other way around when it comes to Melee. Like
Definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you find your local scene and then you kind of build from there. Like a lot of guys will come to your OSUs and be like, yeah, I've heard of Mango and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, well, that's really cool. But most people's introduction to Smash is through playing it with their pals when they're in their student dorm room, or when they were kids.
Yeah.
You know? So
When they were kids, yeah.
Makes sense.
An audience that exists for Street Fighter 4, and it's probably slightly bigger than that of Melee. But I mean, that's not to say that the likes of Smash isn't a massive team. It's scary when you look at the power of the Smash community.
Yeah.
Apex this year to really see that their venue is effectively gone, and then next minute they're in this brand new arena, and nothing even went wrong. Like I think there's probably a lot of events that would never have survived that, but the Smash community is quite unique in that respect.
Yeah, it just shows you like the persistence. You know, these people that have been carrying 20-pound TVs around, like up and down flights of stairs. Like I know you know the pain. Your back knows the pain.
My back is now from when we finished Rushdown last night. So yeah, it's taken me 20 minutes.
I mean, they had kind of similar origins, right? Because you had to go to the arcade to play Street Fighter in the first place. But now online's really accessible.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I mean, is that the generational shift with regards to online gaming, and gaming has to have online features now. Very few people sit down and play a video game where you don't need to be online and you sit there and it's just you create a character and you run around in the world. That's more old-fashioned, I suppose. It's not modern gaming experience. And Street Fighter is no different. You don't just sit down in the lab and unfortunately, you don't just sit down in the lab and learn everything and enjoy that. You have to play the same guy online about 1,000 times before you realise your mistakes. So there are inherent negativities, I think, to what online gaming does to Street Fighter communities, but that's like a whole other
topic. Yeah.
Whole other conversation. Yeah. I'm just looking at you.
I know you have to go pretty soon, so if you just want to plug Rushdown, plug Hypespotting, and you can get go play Monster Hunter, chill out before you have to go to work.
Chill, man.
You're good?
Yeah, these guys are off hunting all the monsters, and I'm getting all the loot.
I mean, if you're not in a rush, like I'd love to have you keep talking.
I'll stick around for like 5 minutes.
Cool.
Like we're doing versus stuff every night. Versus Scotland are the guys behind Hypespotting 4, and versus Scotland, even though they're based in Glasgow, it's started by a guy called Sean Branney and Walter Fraser. These two dudes I wouldn't say that they are the strings that hold us all together, but they're definitely an inspiration for a lot of the scenes across Scotland. So they came along. They've been around for a very long time. They've been running Hypespotting every year for the last 4 years, and it's just gone from level to level, man. It's so good now. It's just so big. I would recommend all of you boys come along, and tell your friends, tell a lot of them, get them over. 2-day event. 5 marquee games. We're gonna Smash 4, Ultra Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Tekken Tag Tournament, And I don't know what the last one is. Marble. This is the last year for Marble as well. So if you're a Marble player and you want to show everybody your ridiculously dumb combos, then come along.
Basically.
Yeah, nobody, like, so few people play Marble now, but the guys that still play it are absolute beasts. So we still represent ourselves really, really well at tournaments, like big tournaments in the UK. It's really cool. Yeah, 2-day event. We stream out as much of it as we can. It's run by loads of really talented dudes. Faker is one guy in particular who, like I said, the technical abilities of this fella are fantastic. He runs the stream, it looks flawless, it looks immaculate, it's so good. The commentators tend to be pretty insightful with regards to their knowledge for the games. The production values are just really, really high, so if you can't make it out, then you should definitely tune into the stream and, you know, be that monster that we all need to be. But by all means, come along if you can and enjoy a game. You can also enter for casuals as well. In the evening, one of the best things and one of the things that defines like this tournament from others is that we do a pub quiz in the evening. This was never my idea. Like, this is like Walter's idea.
I've heard legends.
Pub quiz night is so good. What we do, we don't even stream it out. It's just for the people that come along, and we just have so much stuff to give away. It's ridiculous. Like this year, we don't even know how we're going to get rid of all this stuff. We've got boxes and boxes of it. Like all the developers will send out swag that they just want us to have, and it's not like cheap rubbish, like gimmicky stuff. It's really, really stuff you want to have, so you care. So we just encourage people to get into teams of 5, and we have all these multiple different rounds. We have like sound effects rounds, we have video-based rounds, we have draw a picture of this, blah blah blah, and it's a great way if you want to get into a scene and you're kind of not really sure where you're at with regards to what's your crowd, you know, what do you think what your preconceptions of what the scene may be different to the reality. If you're unsure about that kind of stuff, it's such a good idea to come to this tournament. Because this pub quiz, like you have to meet up with all these different folk. Like we don't put you into teams; you have to find your own team, sort yourself out. So immediately you're talking to this guy from France who may or may not be interested in your game. You're talking about who put you out. You know, how was your tournament day? What do you think about this game? Blah blah blah. You just meet so many people, and if you're looking to grow a scene, there's no better place to go than this event, because this will show you what players want. It will give you a massive impression as to how a scene works and all the different aspects that come together to make a community what it is. Like, that's probably the biggest selling point I could give the likes of you guys. And for everyone else, pub quiz hype, awesome games, amazing commentary, really well put together tournament. Yeah, awesome. Get involved. And Rushdown, Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. Check us out on Facebook, Rushdown Edinburgh group, and Twitter at Rushdown Edin. We've got a schedule in there that kind of shows all the stuff that we're going to be doing in the build up to Hypespotting 4. We haven't got a schedule for after that, so we're always open to suggestions. And that's that.
When's Melee?
I want to hear what you guys think.
When's Melee? That's all I gotta say.
Yo, there's Melee at Hypespotting.
That's true. That's true.
You want to know when's Melee Hypespotting?
I don't. No. I mean, I had such a good time yesterday. Like, I'm up for coming to Edinburgh. You know, whenever you guys host, like, if I'm free, I'll be there.
The Melee thing, as long as people are up for it. Like, I had inspiration from, you guys know Rid, Ian?
Yep.
Yeah, Red, yeah.
For all the OSU stuff. Just today he was messaging me, and in fact I need to get back to him. He really wants to have a bigger input on the stuff that we do in Edinburgh. So there's one guy that's already just like wanting to up his game for the sake of the community. And he's already given us a few things. He's given us some recording tech which we need to unlock and start putting to good use.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we're always going to run Melee in Edinburgh as long as there's an audience for it. So spread the word, get people involved. If you know someone that's local to our community, then hell yeah, give them a shout. David, when's Melee at Hypespotting? You know, I was saying this to Fade yesterday, that as long as there's support for Smash Bros versus Scotland ran events, then there's always an opportunity for Melee. You know,
that's all I needed to hear.
It's not like we are naive to the game existing and the game's audience, not at all. We're very, very aware of that, but for logistical reasons this year it just didn't make sense. It would have been a hindrance to both of us, and it would have been a disappointment to the players, I think, if we tried to push out and do that. So logistically this made far more sense, and we know our limitations, so yeah, from our point of view and for what we believe the players wanted and what we could provide for them, this makes sense to do Smash 4. It's also the next game in the Smash series, and we want to give that an opportunity. And I think any community that's committed to Smash Brothers in general, whatever Smash game, should give the new one a chance. It should give it that platform to try and be the best it can be and see what players can come up with.
Yeah, man. You always want to give something like a chance to prove itself.
And we have 2 Smash 4 players in Scotland.
Yeah.
We've got 2 really good ones in particular.
Definitely. We were talking about earlier the skill gap between the top 2 in Scotland.
Yeah, it reminds me of Street Fighter 4, where you had Big Fool and Milligano. That was a Bison and a Gen player, and it was almost without saying it was a fact that those 2 would be in grand finals every single time. Like their level was so good, and they raised everyone else to catch up with them. Because if you just take them away, then the level is down here, and everyone's content with that. But these 2 guys are up here, so everyone's always looking up to them and trying to find a way to get the edge on them. And it's only now that I was part of that scene, so I was always striving to be better than them. And I probably would have given up, and I wouldn't be running these events and having the fun I'm having if it wasn't for these guys. So I think anyone that's interested in Smash 4 should look to these 2 players and try to figure out what they do that makes them the best, how you can play like them and then be better than them. It's so good to have a caliber of player, or we've got 2 in Pidgey and Yaku. I want to see people step up their game and give the game a good chance, And I'll be interested to see how they do Hypespotting 4 because they're both qualified for the event. Should be fun.
Yeah, they both qualify for free entry. Like, it's going to be really interesting because Jay Miller, the Apex champion, is confirmed for Hypespotting. Last I heard. So I want to see how they stack up against him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the current European champion. Like, can Jack do it? Like, that's the question, right?
The Luigi player.
Yeah.
I'll be really hyped to see that.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to it.
Luigi versus Toon Link, like it's Scottish Jank at its finest.
Yeah, and another reason that I want people to play Smash 4, I suppose, in regards to these guys going into Hypespotting and trying to represent Scotland, is that these guys are currently the best, but they don't know what it's like to lose. The sooner you learn what it's like to experience a loss, or not, maybe not a loss, but just have that pressure, you can be the best player in Scotland and have all the confidence, and then find yourself in a situation where you're losing and you don't know how to react to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so when you're that good, you're looking for somebody that's going to really make you sweat it out and put you on the spot. And I think that's what these guys need before they sit down in the chair at Hypespotting 4. They want to really find themselves in a sticky situation that they can't get out of. They have to figure out how to get out of. There was a player actually called Robinson. He's from Aberdeen. You heard of him?
Nope.
He goes by the name Emerald Chaos as well, and he plays Pikachu, and he's so good, man. He was really good. He made me so mad.
Oh god.
And he was the nicest dude. Like, he beat my ass, and then I just got up and stormed off. Like, he gave they marched away. And he came over and was just like, "You're a really good Captain Falcon," and I was just like, "Oh, he's the nicest guy. How could I have been so nasty to this fella?" So there you go. I'm still loving him as well, boys.
Yeah, man. People should be more fortunate, like, that there's players nearby that they can lose to, because there's too many players in regions where they just stomp.
Yeah.
Like Dr. PP and Armada from Melee, like, no one in the region can contest with them for years and years.
Yeah.
Especially, like, he just has no one to play with.
Yeah.
And we're still looking for that Smash 4 community in Edinburgh, if I'm totally honest. Like, we have guys that are really enthusiastic for the game just because they find it fun, but they don't want to play it in a competitive sense. And like I said, that's why we know this at Rushdown, and we cater towards that. But it would be nice to find an audience for Smash 4 that are kind of looking to up their game and could come into our tournaments and put themselves in the line. We actually have 2 Smash 4 tournaments coming up in the month of March, so if you guys or anyone else within your community is interested, then they should come along, because we'll be giving away some nice wee prizes to go along with it.
Are those both 1v1 again?
Sorry?
Are those both 1v1?
Listen, man, you're going to get your run back, okay? It will happen. But it's not much.
Let's go don't travel, though.
It is 1v1. But we did a team tournament, man, and it was so much fun. David, you were there.
Yeah, it was so good.
This was items on, gentlemen. Right? Let it be said right now, the items were on.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I guess spoiler for next OSU, but we're running 4v4.
Are we?
Hopefully, that's
That's the plan.
God.
That'll be
We have
good.
to work some things out, but that's the plan.
Yo, we can be the meme squad.
No, I'm not. I don't want to enter.
People are always like, they don't want to play teams. It's funny, they're like, you want to play teams in Smash? And they're like, nah, I really think fun. And then like 2 minutes in, the room is like on fire,
Yeah.
and everyone's having a good time.
Oh
It
man,
makes me so
doubles
much
is so
more
good.
aware about the game.
And I'm not a very good melee player, but when Josh and I team, obviously he's kneeing everyone off the stage, but there's things that I'm doing as well to help to the team game. And because I know Josh and I know how he's going to play, it's a really enjoyable thing. So I get a great level of enjoyment, and I feel like I'm participating a lot more when I run teams with
Yeah.
Josh, or anyone for that matter. I like the teamwork element.
Yeah, man, teams is so enjoyable. Like, I didn't really enjoy it with my first experience because I was playing Marth Peach and you can't really interact. But playing with Dylan, playing Marth Fox, like, man,
Dylan did.
we're gonna have so much fun at Smash Bros.
Oh, it's gonna be so
It's
good.
insane.
Can't wait.
Have you guys chatted about this weekend at all?
No, we've
Not
gone to
yet,
it.
not yet. We're just going over OSU March before you were available.
Cool.
We're getting into this weekend just after though. But you can plug the Street Fighter round bets if you want.
Yeah, we're doing this weekend is Edinburgh called Smash Beyond the World 3. Most of you guys that are listening to this and watching this will know that. Rushton are going to be there. We're just doing like a ranked battle. That's what round bats is, like ranked battle round robin. So everyone's going to do each other in over a 1st to 5 set. There's going to be like 7 hours worth of gameplay out of it. So if anyone's kind of keen, they can certainly come along and watch. We've more or less capped the entry for it. But on Sunday I'll be in there. I might be hungover, but I will be in there. Offering advice to anyone that wants to get into the game. There's going to be like 4 setups for Street Fighter 4 there. So, despite what I was saying about people not wanting to learn the game, I'm sure there will be people that are interested, and I will be there to give them a hand.
I'll be there, definitely.
Cool, man. Well, I'll definitely give you the rundown. What's your character? Who are you thinking?
I play mostly Ken, but I'm interested in the bookie as well.
Ken. You Ken. The current
Ken's
best
cool.
player in the world in Momochi is rocking Ken. He's winning all kinds of stupid amounts of money.
Yeah, Momochi's really good.
Momochi.
I really like watching him.
Yeah, he's got
What's Luffy playing these days?
Luffy's Rose all day, man.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Rose Honda Grand Finals, Hypespotting. 15K on the line.
If indeed Luffy just to come along, like there's a whole variety of really good players that may or may not be at this event. So
Is he going to be plugging his PS1 controller in?
people should just come.
I
Absolutely.
mean, I'm rooting for Edinbulba Luffy Finals, so
Me
see
too.
what happens.
I hope Edinbulba does it. He's the best.
That guy's alright.
He's all right. It is all right. Guys, I'm gonna lead you to it.
Cool, man.
Oh, one thing before you go. Do you know about the drama with the crew battles at Smash Beyond the Wall?
No. What's the drama? I like drama. The drama.
So it started with Jack like calling out Glasgow for not traveling, and then Fade got upset, and then like a huge shitstorm happened. And now it's Glasgow versus rest of Scotland.
Oh, a huge shitstorm. Don't talk about Jack like that. He's nice.
So
At Smash Beyond the Wall 3, it's Glasgow versus everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
In all Smash games.
Apart from 64 and Brawl.
I have a feeling a lot of Glasgow's going to be at this event. Is that not right?
Yeah, most of Glasgow's going to be at this event, if not all of us.
So there you go. And I think I'm right in saying that Glasgow is the strongest scene with regards to almost all Smash games, bar
Sure.
more.
The strongest player, like individually, is in Edinburgh in Josh, but overall,
He's actually in like not Edinburgh though. He's in like way
Sure,
out.
but-
He's in Dunfermline, right?
sure, but he's the Edinburgh scene.
Yeah, the boys
Yeah.
through and through. He's got RDE tattooed on the back of his neck. Yeah, I did it mostly.
Definitely, man.
I would consider. I think. Well, put it this way: if you ask Josh what he considers himself, he would say he considers himself East Coast. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But you know, like Glasgow, other than Smash 4, I think you guys own Melee and you own Project Time. You guys are you're
I think I think Melee would be pretty close, but PM would be.
I think Melee would be really
Melee's the
close.
decider, we think. Because we think we have PM, but I mean, it's so even.
Really.
I think Sm4sh is free for Scotland. I think
Sm4sh is really free.
Glasgow.
Oh,
But
yo.
Melee's the toss-up.
We have Kid Wobbles now, though.
Oh, yo.
Like,
Kid Wobbles, like, oh, when you guys send in Ed, Kid Wobbles is coming out.
Oh, no, I can't do
Kid
that
Wobbles is coming out real quick.
I can't comment on what happened to Ed. I just hope he's alright.
Poor guy.
Well, enjoy your Monster Hunter and, like, have a good night.
My Monster is done, guys. I'm done.
Yeah? Oh, you're actually done?
I'm just gonna turn this game on, make sure these guys have got all my swag for me.
Sweet, man.
Fuck
Okay,
up.
thanks so much for coming on. It was brilliant.
Versus
Cheers.
stuff.
Cheers, man.
Two battles will be fun. What I would suggest is, like, if you guys really want to do these things, make sure that they happen. This so often, this gets talked about at events.
Yeah.
Pre-event, and then it just never materializes. So whenever you feel there's a gap in like a schedule or whatever, and the guys are there, make it happen, because you'll rue not doing it. You know.
Yeah, the plan is to run these monthly, the Wednesday after OSU, and just go over, you know, the month's events and how OSU went, how we can improve moving forward. Oh, the crew battle. Sorry, I thought you meant this show. Sorry.
Make sure they happen.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
Good stuff.
We'll try our best.
And I will be
There's a
there.
schedule today, so like we'll fit ourselves in that.
I'll be there at Smash Map. You're talking about my £4.30 panini.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say, like, you got that panini, right? But when I was in that shop, I got that sandwich, and I'm just thinking, like, which one was more worth it? What was more worth it, the sandwich or the panini?
Panini. The thing is,
The panini.
the legend.
I saw it both
Legend of the
right now. But I can eat a salad. Right?
Yeah.
You want to be the best melee player in Scotland? You got to eat your salad. Eat your green, folks. Right? Lesson.
Man, that salad was just grass, man. Like,
Wow.
Second night. That's all I'm saying.
oh, man. Good stuff.
Eat your greens, folks. That's the message I'm leaving you.
Cheers, bud.
Right. That's the phone hanging up. I'll see you guys at Smash Me on the Wall.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
See you later. Man, why is he such a legend? Like, it's actually
Yeah.
upsetting.
Ellen's face just like appeared on my screen at like full size after that. That's spooky. Like as soon as he left.
Sorry about that.
So, we just finished prize money before Craig came on, right?
We're a bit behind schedule, so we'll just try and fire.
Yeah, we are a bit.
But you know, we're OSU always behind schedule.
We do.
We don't travel. Okay.
We don't
We did
travel.
I've been playing the game for like 8 months and I've
We
already
don't
been to
travel.
Sweden.
Yeah, I know. Like, same.
The only time I've ever been out of the UK is to go to a Smash tournament in my life.
Yeah, Jack. The furthest Jack's been to one of our tournaments, so like, I don't know what he's talking
Oh,
about.
shots.
Shots fired.
Oh, it's not a shot. It's the furthest he's ever been. But yeah. Oh well. Let's continue on. I'll save the gun loaded for Smash Me on the Wall.
I already fired like 3 of the bullets.
I don't want to call it any shots, right? But,
Honestly, Jack, get on your boat, get your great sail out, mash that X button, like, get yourself surfing. Like,
oh my god, right. Okay, let's go. Prize money. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
talked
remember
about that. I think we're fine for now. If we run what I might say is like if we ever get like a 48 turnout, like person turnout for an event or something, because I think that's the plan for the
consider
camp.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then we'd be giving out like 100 plus to like one person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Alright, let's see how that goes.
Oh, you're just crossing stuff out.
Oh no, dude, that'd be
if
pretty.
you really want to discuss that, we can get to.
I can do the map pool in like a less than a minute.
Okay.
Because none of you guys are Smash 4 players anyway. But like the thing was like, I was talking to is it Tantalus, the guy that does sax.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying like Omega Battlefield is also allowed for them, and I'm wondering if we should turn that on. The one problem is there's like a slight distance in blast zones for like the lower ones, so it's easier to spike people. But that's like really minimal. But the ledges are a bit more forgivable, from what I understand, or like they're a bit easier to understand than Palatine is. So it's just a case of like I might be looking for feedback on that. Like if people want Omega Battlefield to be the standard instead of Palatinas, like that would be fine. I checked the top and the side blast zones and they're the same. It's just the bottom one that's different.
Okay.
So wait, what's the standard for sax?
For sax, it's Omega Palatinas instead of FD.
I think as soon as one gets standardized, everyone's going to jump on that. So I think you should just do what most people do, really.
Yeah, just leave it Pelotens, and then if people switch to Battlefield, then
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, lack of standardization held Melee back for years.
Yeah.
It was only in 2010 that the map pool got standardized.
Yeah.
The quicker Smash4 can do that, the quicker it can establish itself.
Right. While we were talking about Smash 4, I'll be back in a minute because I need to get my laptop charger.
No problem, man.
The other two things were, I mean, talking about standardization, like adding these would mean we'd be more standardized. Is Duck Hunt and Castle Siege would be legal? Like that's two things I'm considering.
Castle Siege on. Oh my god, that map. Love it.
I mean, people like Castle Siege, and it's tournament legal for most people, as is Duck Hunt. So
I've never played Duck Hunt.
Hypespotting actually is Duck Hunt legal.
It's no halberd, but it's alright.
Yeah, it's not
And
hard.
one of the issues I was hearing with Duck Hunt is that if you get to like that tree in the top, like the top of it, some characters can only get up there if they use their up B. So like you can camp up there pretty easily. But
Yeah, did you see Jack's reply to that though?
what was he saying?
That you'd be like, why would you go above to camp when you should be sharking
From below, yeah.
Yeah, actually that's the
Like-
point because like
And I
almost
think
every
when it comes to
character has
Smash 4, we
down
should
there in this
probably
game.
just trust Jack's opinion.
I
And
don't
veggies.
think that's true. I think we should trust what
just
the
not.
established scenes such as sex are doing. Like, there's no point trying to create our own rule set to care to
No,
stop.
I
Like,
just mean like I think Jack's opinion holds a lot of weight in our scene. For
it
Smash
definitely does.
Yeah.
Definitely
I didn't
does.
mean just Jack.
And like I think he's right about Duck Hunt, and I think it should be turned on. So it probably will be in
Okay.
March, and Castle Siege might be as well. But I'll probably do like a poll or something on the Smash 4 Facebook group.
So, next event that we touched on with Craig, plan is to run squads for Smash 4 and doubles for Melee.
What's called
We're going to be
squads?
running that. Squads is 4 versus 4 in Smash 4.
Cool, that's good news.
And that's, we ran a crew battle for the last OSU, and we're going to run this in that same time slot, that early time slot where we allow people traveling from Dundee and, other far out places to get to our event on time. So if you want to play in those events, like, make sure you turn up early. Like, the schedule will be on the Facebook post whenever that goes up, but we're going to be capping it that you can only enter Melee doubles or squads, because we can't have, a team of 8 people or a squad of 8 people needing to play against each other, and suddenly, 2 of those guys are playing Melee and like they have to wait. So they'll have the same prize pools as all the other events. But moving forward, we want to run like a fun event doubles, a fun event doubles, and just rotate those monthly. So I mean, if you guys have got any ideas for like fun events, like I put a few here, like 4-man crew double elimination. Like I think that'd be really hype. Like you get like yourself and 3 other guys, and like, you just play through a bracket crew battle style.
Wait, what? Could you explain that to me in more detail, please?
So it'd be like, us 4, we all enter the crew tournament as a team, and we meet up against, player A, B, C, and D, and we play them in a crew battle format.
Oh,
And we do the bracket single elimination.
so like each crew enters as like one entity?
Exactly.
Oh, that
So
sounds
it's
really good,
It's
actually.
a crew's tournament. That'd be pretty fun. Either
Sounds
single
really
or
cool,
double elim, like we need to work out the time constraints. Like single elim is never preferred, but we might need to do it for an event.
Yeah, when everyone's going to be playing, yeah,
Exactly.
it might be needed. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if we could do double one.
And obviously we can do low tiers and stuff like that, but like if people can come up with really cool ideas like for Smash 4 or Melee or like anything, like more than
Stamina
happy to-
for PM.
No.
Stamina for PM is so good. Still in.
Okay.
No, it is. We should definitely
Hey,
get
but-
that.
I want an event centered around it,
No, but like
Like,
side event.
as a
like
side
joke
event.
Okay, but Fox can chain grab himself to death, and Marth can chain grab Fox to death because you're considered to be on 0% the whole time. Like, do you really want someone picking Marth and up throwing
Yeah, but
18,000
no one's gonna win
times?
anything. Like it's no prizes. It's just a side event. Like
Dude, I'll still up throw 18,000
Would you
times.
actually? Would you
Yeah,
actually
of course I would.
You're banned. You're not allowed in the stamina side event.
No, but like you're not considered 0%, are you? Because like
Yes,
knockback keeps
you
going
are.
up.
No, you're
Oh.
not. Honestly, it's
You're on
still-
0 forever.
No, you can change it, but it's still like weird. You can there is a mode where you can change the knockback, but it still starts off really low and it takes forever to get away from like the sort of 20% range. So
hmm
Something to think about, though. It could be fun.
I think low tiers is an obvious choice. as well.
So we need to really consider a 2-day tournament what it's worth, and how soon we should
If
consider.
you're going to do a 2-day tournament, don't you want it to be like really big though? And if you want it to be really big, like isn't max XP kind of small?
Exactly. Like we need to consider like maybe once every 4 months or something, doing a 2D tournament somewhere.
I want to do one in the summer at the very least.
Yeah.
That's probably a discussion for next month's podcast.
Yeah.
When we can stream this out live and get community feedback. But we definitely want to run an event in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
You guys said you want to get more involved, so like it'll be perfect. Like we'll have a big staff for it. But like I'd love to run an event in the summer, in Glasgow Uni or like any other applicable venue where we can get the community to bring 30 to 40 CRTs, and we can run a bracket with £8 to £10 entry and like attract players like Armada, Leffen, Civ, like all these really good European players. Like we have the resources for it. We just need to collaborate and like get stuff done.
Yeah, I think like once Hypespotting's over, like there'll be a lot more buzz around Smash and all that kind of thing. Like a lot more people will be wanting to get involved in the scene and stuff like that. And a lot of, like Craig was saying earlier, a lot of people who are playing Street Fighter will be like looking for something to like do. In that sense, like there won't be another big event in Scotland for a while. So like this could be like the next big thing that happens in Scotland. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alex,
that's
have you got any
for
ideas?
another time.
Huh? Sorry. Have you got any ideas for events? Because like I just feel like
fun events.
Like the low tiers, I know you'd love to play Game & Watch.
I'd love to play Game & Watch, dude. I might just play them in singles at some point, honestly. And it's getting to that point,
I was thinking about this earlier, and I've forgotten all the ideas I had for like side events.
Like I don't know if Pokeball Medium all Pokefloats is a...
No.
I'd be up for a Pokeball tournament. Like.
Really?
A Pokeball tournament?
Pokeball
you
tournament.
Remember the one they did where it was like only Pokeballs and you can't use anything else?
Yeah, and it was Mewtwo Hex, like Grand Finals.
Yeah, we should do that.
That was so good.
Wait, what? I've never.
You not see this? There was like a Pokeball only tournament.
They played double fox so they could run around really fast.
Hex pure flying about like.
Yeah, he was just like like Shine Wavelands, grab the Pokeball, throw it at Mewtwo like the run around like. It was hilarious.
That's amazing. Oh my god, I need to watch it.
Find it later after this.
Alright, so low tiers, Mario Party.
Mario. Yeah, we could have some other banter game, but like that we'd have to change the schedule for that because you'd have to run that after all the events.
Mario Party
out. Like you can't start the day with Mario Kart. Like it's not gonna happen.
Or like a single character only tournament, like a Ganon only PM or something. But then like
Falcon round robin.
Oh yeah.
But then you have to assume a Falcon player is gonna win, which is kind of like that's a downfall.
That was Zeppo's suggestion. He said next time Josh.
Falcon round robin would be great.
Yeah. We could just hit because there's a solid base of like good Falcon mains. Like the one they did at was it TNE? The one with all the good Falcon players.
Yep.
Or like that really hype like wall tech wall jump knee from Lord.
Yeah, next time Josh is over and we're not running an event, like this month we're running doubles because we really wanted to try crews and we really want to try doubles. But next time Josh is here and next time Zeppo's here, like we'll definitely run a Falcon round robin.
Right, what do you think? What do you guys think about crews versus doubles, by the way? Like
fair crews, but
I much prefer doubles. I don't know. I just don't like crews that much. It's weird.
I think crews shouldn't be every month or every second month. It should be like. In future, we should do it for a purpose, right? So this time it was just like me and Zeppo drafting a crew. Like next time, we should have some sort of theme.
Yeah.
Like
it's good when there's salt as well. So like for Road to Hypespotting, not Road to Hypespotting, Smash Beyond the Wall, everybody's hyped for the crew battle because there was so much shit talk.
That's something to play for. That's Glasgow just destroying everyone. No bias, by the way. But,
you say that there's 4 Glaswegians on this.
Yeah, I know. But there needs to be something to play for, like a reason, like yes versus no voters, or like.
No, that would be a sweep, man. Like.
We can't bring politics into Smash, dude.
Yeah, no politics.
You know what I mean? Like I was giving that as an example, but like we need a theme in future. Like if we ever get a big enough player base, like Marths versus Foxes, or like.
It could be like under 20-year-olds versus over 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Falcons versus Falcons.
Over 20-year-olds would destroy though. Like.
You want to bet? Let's go.
Yeah.
Money match.
We starting some beef.
Cruise money match. Let's go.
I mean, I think we would get destroyed because
we
we have like 3 good players, but.
Yo, you got Kid Wobbles though.
We got Kid Wobbles.
We got Kid Wobbles.
He gets like
Fraser.
21 stalks, so like he can just sweep everyone. He's on 9, so.
Yeah. Should we move on since we're a little bit?
We should because we're.
Yeah.
So stream setup.
Right, the
I
sooner we
think
get this
where
done,
we
the better.
ended it at the last event was fine, and we should just start it there. And the idea is that we'll have one of the big Sony TVs up on that table, and we'll have a CRT up on that table, and we'll have the commentators over in the corner at the end. And I think that would be much better than like how we had it before.
Yeah, and we'll test it on a Friday.
And that means we can have 5 Sm4sh setups, because we can have 4 on the other side of the room, and we can have a CRT that's just there all day for people to use as well.
Yeah,
that
as
means-
far as commentators, it should be really easy. I mean, like, if we spend one Friday, spend a few hours just trying stuff out and just like commentating over friendlies and stuff and just seeing what works, like, I think that'd be good fun as well, and it'd be definitely worth doing. So.
I've got a feeling Dom would be really good at
Dom,
commentary.
yeah, that's what I was thinking immediately. Dom.
I don't know why, but I just really.
Oh. So yeah.
Sometimes Dom just says words, and I just want him to stop saying words. Though.
I'm excited to listen to the Dom Lemmy commentary. Like, I think Dom Alex should be banned.
Well, I think
For
me
all
and Dylan
time.
would be really good.
Alex, me and
You and Dylan would be
Dylan
fun,
play off
like,
each other really well. It's
we
like
definitely we should do it.
Dom Alex needs to be banned for sure.
like we're just the same.
Yeah. I want to commentate with Dom. At least so fun.
I don't want to
Yeah.
commentate with Dom.
I commentated with Lenny, and it was quite good. But he has this thing where he goes into like telephone voice, and I do it as well. But hopefully, if I'm commentating with Alex, like
I don't do
you know, like he goes out, you go into that voice, and you realise you're speaking like you're on the phone. Like it's really weird.
Shout outs to Lou's Pools announcing voice. Never again.
I was gonna say, how was commentating with Lenny?
It was quite good. Like he's just like a sort of standard commentator. He stayed on track in that. He was quite funny and stuff like that. So it was good. The only thing was his voice. You can tell immediately because you don't sound like yourself. Like you sound like I don't know. You just sound really different. And it's weird. If you listen to the recordings, you'll notice that it sounds really monotone. And but apart from that,
It sounds monotone.
what was it?
Lenny always sounds monotone.
Yeah, that's the other sort of thing. But like everyone, that was the first time I'd ever commentated anything, and it didn't feel bad or weird or awkward or anything. And I remember people saying like, "Oh, you never know what to say, and it's really hard work," and I was like, "Oh, it's fine." Like I just talked about the game that was being played.
You think it was? Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, it probably wasn't at all.
I think
But, like, everyone was
probably
like,
filling in like
Yeah.
bits where you're not talking.
I don't know,
Just
talk
have
about the
huge gaps.
history and stuff. Yeah. No, that's the thing. There weren't many huge gaps. It was just like so. And I don't know, but we'll see what happens. We can spend one Friday just trying out.
Yeah,
commentary
we'll
pairs
definitely
and
work
stuff.
it out.
I guess we all know each other really well as well.
Yeah, we definitely. If you've got people that know each other, then it's much easier because you I don't know, you just know speaking styles and stuff like that, and it's just.
So always surprised me about D1. Like he's so good at commentating with just anyone.
Yeah, he can just co-commentate with anyone.
I
Yeah,
did
like,
speak to some people that commentated with D1 at Beast and didn't enjoy their time doing so.
Yeah. I don't like D1's commentary.
I also don't like D1's commentary, but that's another subject for another
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the esports versus banter.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
no,
his homemade
He's
waffles,
very
I
set
swear.
in the way he goes about things because he's used to commentating in like 11-hour blocks.
Yeah.
So he needs a system. Like he can't just be like, homemade waffles. He jumps on for 2 hours, casts the top 8, and just like screams and screams. Like that's the commentary I love, but you can't do that for 11
I think
hours.
a lot of people.
I like this the kind of Scar style.
Yeah,
where
Scartoff.
You can pull off the one style. Like if you're familiar with StarCraft, Tasteless and Nortosis.
Oh
Like,
yeah, Testosis man.
They are the esports commentators, and they're always entertaining.
Yeah.
They could commentate paint drawing and like.
One JP's pretty good as well.
So yeah.
So
We try that out like either this or next Friday. Like.
not this Friday, but like.
Yeah, probably get some more stuff on this.
Stream
Friday.
Tab should be on the go next Friday, I think.
Yeah, we can try that out.
Right, David?
Yeah, I'll format the laptop and try reinstalling everything.
Yeah. Cool. So Smash Beyond the Wall 3, which is
Can you say next time we do commentating, we should probably have both.
sorry, you cut out.
You need to stop muting your mic back.
Not me and the mic. Fuck. We didn't have melee commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a hotkey or something.
Yeah. Just lift your hands up and then speak.
We'll just commentate like top 4, top 6 next time, and we'll make sure Melee gets commentary as well.
I think we need like volunteers for like commentator duos as well.
Yeah.
Dylan, we volunteer right now.
Yeah, we could do that.
We'll make a thread like closer to the event, like, hey, if anyone's got a commentary pair, like, talk to someone, see if they want to do it, and just give us a shout, and we'll make sure you get a spot.
Mask Slayer.
Mask Slayer.
No, Duckless.
Duckless.
Duckless, most definitely.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if I'm the Duck Slayer, then I want life to be Duckless. That makes a lot of sense.
Exactly.
That, oh my god, that's a god tier combo.
I actually despise them.
Do you actually have like something against ducks?
Yeah, it's not something I...
Yeah, his mic keeps going.
Yeah.
There was the way...
Yeah, man, you're muting your mic like every sentence. Alright, let's talk about Snake Guy.
Oh,
Snake Guy.
eh?
You know, that really good snake player. I think he
Alex,
plays
is
Fox
that-
and Melee.
I think he started playing Melee quite recently.
Yeah. What's his name? Professor.
Professor Snake.
Professor Snake, that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
he's coming up here. Professor Pro coming up, taking all our money.
Not Rolex?
Oh, Rolex.
No. He's too good to come to a UK tournament. So.
I mean, predictions for Smash Round All, like, I guess we can just start right there. Like, give me top 5 for PM, go.
Prof.
Time Muffin, Prof.
Time Muffin Prof.
What? Wow, you got a lot of faith.
You have a lot of
Nah.
faith.
Well, like, not in that order for first set.
Okay.
Alright, good.
I thought we were just like saying like
No,
5
no,
people
no.
we think are going to
No offense.
I want top 5 in order, like right
Dude,
now.
I
in
want to see
order.
Time Muffin beat Prof, though.
Oh, that'd be hype. But
That would be hype.
What do you think, Alex? As someone who's played
Really?
Prof, like, do you think?
I think I like actually confidently 3-stock Fraser 6 times or something.
Yeah.
Once in winners.
We
once
played
in...
him. I played 2 games with him at Beast, and Alex, you played more, but like it was horrible. He just I don't know. He just plays so fast that you have no clue what to do.
I mean, people like Sir R, his like list for like top 8. I mean, he was not counting the fact that, you know, what if How enters and does really well or something, or like what if enter PM and does really well. Like, because you don't know if any of these Melee players that are coming up are going to enter PM. I mean, I guess you could go check the poll that was made.
PM top 5. I don't know. I just know Prof, and I think Fraser could get second.
Prof, Fraser, Diaband.
Do you think Diaband will get third?
Yeah, I think Diaband. I think it's between Diaband and Fraser for second because they're both really good. And I think when it came down to it, Fraser would probably beat Diaband, but it'd be really close.
Yeah, it depends how the
He's a
bracket
G as
goes.
well.
Too.
Yeah, it depends a lot on bracket. That's why doing top 5 recommendations.
Yeah,
is great,
that's
like,
exactly because.
what if Fraser gets Prof like round 2?
Exactly. Then he can get
Then
beat
beat by like anyone, yeah.
He could get beat by Diaband, like round 2 losers, and get
I
17.
mean,
It's still an
what-
interesting discussion, nonetheless.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
even
can't
worse,
even
what
think of
if
top
Fraser
5.
gets like me round 2, and then I just like decimate him?
What if you get me round 2?
Decimating something is like, 10%, so you'll live.
Do you want to go? Yeah, 10%, but like 10% of his whole life.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yo, Lenny for top 3.
Hype, please.
I really want Lenny to get pulls again, dude.
Yo, Lenny getting out pools would be so good. That'd be
I think it's double pills or like triple pills. So
What? What you mean,
It's-
like?
they're doing pills all the way down to like top 16 or top 8, depending.
Oh,
on
you mean like elimination pulls?
Yeah,
Hate elimination pulls?
Why?
not double elimination pills, but round robin elimination pills.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So like they're doing
I hate-
top 2 go through, and then wave 2 pills, top 2 go
That's
through.
what I didn't like
top 2
about.
pills.
I mean, I understand why they had to do it at Beast, but I didn't enjoy doing double elimination.
Yeah, I
pulls.
didn't like it at all.
So predictions for Melee?
You will come second to the
Thanks.
Professor Pro. Actually, yo, Prof Jam finals. I'm
Is
calling
Zeppo
them right
going?
now.
Yo, Jam.
Yes.
I was just
Yeah,
about to
definitely
talk about
is
Jam. Like, no one's talked about Jam and all their
Jam
predictions.
is-
Like, everyone have asked. Like, people just don't
I
understand.
have the faith in Jam, man.
Well, I think Prof, Shifting Shadows, Jam, top 3.
Do you think
Yeah.
Jam's not? I don't think Jam's top 3.
Do you not?
But
I think
no,
you could. I think you
Who
could surprise.
Who else would be top 3? Like third?
I think Jam's like being slipped on a bit.
I think he definitely is. No one's even talking
Yeah,
about it.
but like who do you think we get third? As like apart from Prof
I think
and
it's
Shifting
going to
Shadows?
be Prof Shifting Shadows, like guaranteed. I think a third is probably going to be between like myself, Zeppo, and Ryan. There could be upsets there, but like
Yeah.
if I had to put money on the line, like that's how I'd have to go for top 5.
There
And
might
what
be
about like how?
There might just
Yeah.
be some like random Newcastle guy
How
that's
could
really
they
good that
quite well?
shows up or something.
Yeah.
There's other players to consider like How and Jam, and we have like some of the PM guys from Newcastle have swapped over to Melee.
There was a bunch of English people like Jin and that were like half and half between even coming up, and I haven't talked to them about it in a while.
TFU, is he coming? Because like apparently he's been
I'm not sure.
and he got third at
And who, apparently, Dale's Fox is getting pretty decent from what I've heard. I mean, obviously not like top 3, but like.
Yeah, watch out for it.
Like
Is
based
Ewan
on
coming?
seeding, Ewan's coming, yeah.
Oh no, not Dale's Fox. Sorry, he's playing Yoshi in Melee now, and apparently it's
Wait,
pretty
is he actually?
Yeah, because you know Yoshi got to PM or whatever, and he's like, you know what, just play him in both games.
Don't expect
Like
that.
Mr. P is definitely coming, and he's definitely a contender. But
He's only
Like,
coming one
if-
day though, right?
everyone's been grinding so hard. I'm not sure if he's coming 1 day or 2 days.
I've been unable to grind. I'm very sad.
I mean, we can just
Yeah,
assume
same.
he's coming, but like everyone's been grinding so hard since the last time he had exposure. I know he's went over to Alan and Ryan's a couple times since then, but like it's gonna be really hard. And like if I had to put my money down, like I wouldn't include him. But there's nothing saying like he couldn't get third. Like if he got third, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever.
How do you think he compares against Lou?
Against Lou, like in the Peach Ditto, he was consistently 3-stocking Lou, but like Dittos are another beast altogether. I think Lou is better at the Marth Peach matchup, but I think Mr. P is an all-around just better Smash player, better Peach player.
I don't know. I've never played Mr. P.
You guys will get a chance to play him, so you can make your
I
own
really
opinions.
want to play.
That's what I think.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to call it right now and I had to put my money on the line, it would be Professor Pro, Shifting Shadows, Captain Zeppo, How, and then myself. That's my prediction.
You put How above yourself? I'm interested to see how that goes.
That would just, if I had to put money on the line, that would be where I'd go.
See, I think one of those 5 people isn't going to get top 8 because of
No,
it.
absolutely. That is going to happen, but, you know, got to put money somewhere, right?
Yeah. Alright. Damn.
So Sm4sh.
Yep.
I don't care what anyone says. I'm aiming for top 8.
Aim for top 1. Like, if you aim for top 8, like,
If I aim for top 1, then like I'll get disappointed when I lose to Jakobine for the
no
Melee
such thing as disappointment. Like, I didn't get it. Well, I'll just get better.
I know, but like, I think like that's my goal. Like, if I make top 8, then I'll be like happy with that. And if I do better than that, I'll be like ecstatic. But
What's
if I don't
your
make top 8? I'll be disappointed.
top 5 for Sm4sh?
Gallo isn't coming, so it'll probably be Jakobine, Pidgey, Powerhouse, possibly Big Fool if Big Fool's going.
Fraser?
Possibly Fraser.
Me?
I don't know, like, how... Because the problem with Sm4sh is, like, whenever people go to events, not everybody in the top, like, 8 goes to the same events. So I don't know how people stack up against each other.
Yeah.
We should hopefully find out. I mean, there's 70+ people confirmed.
Yeah. But even then, there are people that aren't going. Like, I think Hypespotting will be the one which, like, tells who is the best,
Yeah.
who, like, where everybody stands in Scotland for Sm4sh. Because, like, there could be Aberdeen guys that I haven't played before who are coming down to this. And
Yeah, like that Pikachu that Craig mentioned earlier.
yeah, like, Pikachu is, like, really good as a character. Like, he's crazy good. And
Yeah, I heard Mewtwo King say he was top 3 for sure. Like, Sheik,
Yeah.
Diddy, Pikachu is his tier list.
yeah, like, Pikachu has, like, some really good tools as well. Like, Pikachu's dash attack kills. Like, and it comes out fast. And, like, I don't get it. Like, it's just really good. And Pikachu's a great character. And he has, like,
Falcon
loads of cool tools.
Yeah, and Smash 4, Jam, and then who cares, right? Like,
What?
Smash 64, it's just Jam. And then,
Yeah.
It'll just be
pretty much.
Jam.
It'd probably just be jamming and a bunch of people who don't
I'm
really
gonna
know
make
what they're
top
doing.
8 at 64.
like, I'm going to enter 64 only if I'm not in bracket for, like, one of the games. So, like, if I'm in bracket for doubles, singles, and singles, I'm not going to enter 64. But, like, if I drop out of bracket in either, I'll just enter 64. Like,
I'm
I
entering
love the
64 anyway.
Like, if Dom enters and Dom actually practices, like, he'd have a really good shot. So it'd probably be something like Jan, Shifting Shadows, Kieran, Dom, maybe?
Dom isn't going, though, is he?
Oh,
going second day.
Dom's coming on the second day, which is 64.
Me and Dom go pretty even when we play, but I play a really easy character and it's the only character I can play.
Last time I played Dom, like, I stomped him, but, like, he hadn't played in about 6 weeks. I think if Dom practices, like, he's definitely better than us, though. It's 64.
I think if anyone practices, they're definitely better than anyone because no one practices.
That's true, that's true.
There
But
was
Captain,
that one
Captain
guy-
Easy doesn't need practice.
There was that guy who showed up to friendlies like 2 weeks ago who played 64.
Oh, the Canadian guy. Yo, it's gonna be Jan then, that guy. Yeah, I'm sleeping on people already.
Oh, yo, is Nick Wu going to Smash Beyond the Wall?
Yeah, he is.
Is he not meant to be?
He's helping
actually,
with
alright.
us.
I've only
He's
seen
helping with us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so he is. Do profs house him?
It's gonna be.
Snake guy, I mean, sorry.
No, he doesn't like Snake in 3.5, so he's
But he
swapping
puts
to
it
all
on my
of
bed.
I mean, blue.
Do we want to leave the wrap-up topics for next time?
What went around?
Yeah,
The
because
CCP and blah blah blah. Just
yeah, like we'll do that next time.
absolutely. So just to shout out the event we were talking about, Smash Beyond the Wall this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday. If you happen to have watched the whole thing, like, well done. Thanks for getting here. And make sure you attend because the whole Scottish scene is going to be here. After that, we have OSU March coming up, which we'll announce just shortly after Smash Beyond the Wall. After that, we'll have, Hypespotting 4, which is the main event. Melee side event, Smash 4 main event, like, Luffy's coming over, other players being confirmed, $15,000 pop bonus, like, crazy stuff happening, and like Scottish fighting games is like it's going places.
Unlike the StarCraft 2 scene.
Yo,
Dead game.
Fate vs Gimbleby, Legacy of the Void though, like.
Oh yeah, we're doing a money match in Legacy of the Voids. Like
For
that's
sure.
gonna happen.
Spike.
For sure. So, has anyone got anything else they'd like to add?
No.
Something I want to talk about next time, or probably like 2 podcasts from now, but just as like I want to mention it now because I really want to run a second event during a month.
Yep.
Just like putting it out there, like I want to run. What are you guys laughing at?
Nothing. Not you. Sorry.
Okay.
You messaged me something.
Second event.
Yeah, so like OSU and another event, and I've been talking about this for ages, and people seem into the idea. So they'll be after Hypespotting.
You mean like Smash, like another event?
Yeah, like running like a specific like doubles and squads and
Oh, yeah, okay.
other games event.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most people would be down for that, like, cause.
It's a lot to ask for though. Like, I don't think we'd expect people to travel from Dundee for it.
Yeah, but
It'd be
we
more
have
of a
enough
local
people.
event.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, we have enough people.
If people want to, people want to come over from Edinburgh and Dundee, like, more than happy to have you, but it's more of a try and see, I guess.
Yeah, because we're getting like 20 people for friendlies. So
Every
like,
week, every single week.
Yeah.
yeah, like if we did like a doubles thing, I reckon we could get like 30 people.
I reckon we should run doubles this Friday.
Yeah.
That's kind of right before Smash Beyond the Wall.
Exactly, it's just for the practice.
I just want to
Yeah.
grind.
Yeah, I
if you guys,
think we should do no bracket, no nothing. Just let.
I'd
people-
rather just sit and play friendlies with
Yeah.
like good players and try and get in some last minute stuff before we.
I definitely want to get some doubles in, but if there's no bracket, that's whatever.
You can get doubles in at ties or something.
yo, Friday night ties.
Friday night ties though.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot to like ask about that.
Well,
Oh,
no, you said it's good.
Selko.
No, I mean my mom and dad.
Are we all going on Friday? Just
Yeah.
Yes.
okay. I think we're all just gonna go after friendlies.
We'll discuss that after the show, but yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway,
I guess we'll see all of you guys at events and like next month.
Big Dylan.
Right, I gotta see what you guys are laughing about. So
anyway, yeah. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next
Cheers.
time. Bye.